by the fire gave the tale of 5 steadfast adventurers as they explore the mysterious Isles of Doctor. Join us on the Swordcast Adventures.
Last time on the Swordcast Adventures, I got to chop the face off that slippery tiefling. We looted his corpse, set it on fire, and Metolius and I interrogated one of his troops. Now, Shattered Chain tribespeople don't torture. It's not our way. But this guy didn't know that, and neither did Metolius now that I think about it. After we made the guy pee himself, and finding out he knew next to nothing, we cut him loose and made our way to Moor Beach. This place was occupied by fire giants and soldiers, and it seemed pretty bleak from the outside. Once Rain smuggled in our weapons over the wall, we set about to exploring it. Amelia tried to talk her way into the back room of the tavern, failed, which only made her angry, and first I didn't really care, but after a while I started to get pretty curious too. We decided to take our mind off things and set out to spend some gold, and eventually stumbled onto a friendly face.
Thank you, Grimtuck. As the day goes on, about midday now, maybe a little after, you all, having a drink and kind of getting acclimated to the area, have found your way towards the wharf and to the marketplace. You now stand at the very far end, seeing a few other locations, shops open, and people purchasing things. And then at the very end, a familiar, odd gnome jumps down from his little pedestal and seemingly tries to pull in the crowds around him. You hear, Miss, come closer. We have magic and mystery and battle to perfection. We have items in every corner of Toril and beyond. Don't miss your chance to. Fine, don't buy from me anyways. Buy from them. They're very good too. And you see him go one after another, to person to person. But you stand probably about 50 feet off, a little ways away. And yeah, otherwise it's a bustling marketplace. It, as we saw before, has multiple, as Metolius said, grandfathered in shops. A few other more like tent-based ones, and just in general, it looks like a pretty decent kind of swath of commerce.
Is his bodyguard fella with him as well?
Roll a perception check.
Well, this certainly is a welcome sight. Shall we?
9.
9? You don't see him around, but the crowds are pretty thick, even with Marabi. He has his usual setup where there's the entrance to, or the kind of front portion to the cart folded out, and the like overhang is out, but also he has his usual like couple of tables out in front of his cart. Especially, you didn't see it much when you first met him, but it seems like this is much more of a stationary position. So he has like tables with a few items here and there. So you don't see a lot.
Hey, it's the loud gnome guy.
Oh, yes, him.
Hey, let's go check it out. He always had really good stuff. See if he got eaten by any zombies recently.
He was quite generous when we met him on the road. I think we should pay his shop a visit.
Agreed.
Amelia, you said you've met him before as well?
I have.
Excellent.
What? Where?
I met him along the coast while I was traveling south.
Was he in some kind of like situation where you had to rescue him from an undead thing? 'Cause that's what happened to us.
No, he was not. He was mainly doing as he is now, peddling his wares.
Nice. Yeah, he's got good wares. Grimtuck is just going to start like doing that thing oversized people sometimes do when they're wading through a crowd, where they just pretend they don't see people and just start walking through them.
Grimtuck is always at a concert, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Just walk right to the front of the crowd.
Alduin's going to follow in his wake.
Yeah, absolutely. Grimtuck, roll a sleight of hand, just to like push through.
Okay. God, I'm starting off bad. That's okay. Sleight of hand would be 6.
As you start to push through, the crowd's a little thick, and you actually kind of elbow someone accidentally, and they fall over.
Oh shit!
And this like younger gent kind of pulls himself up and goes, "What the fuck was that? Walking here?"
I'll lean down and just one-armed, and like, sorry about that, and just lift him back up one-handed.
Huh? Never mind. Thank you.
I'm gonna just take
Just do that
way too much time to dust him off and just be close to his person.
That really awesome action movie thing where you pick him up and you make it very obvious that it's it's fine.
Yep.
It's and you see his eyes kind of go wide as you do, and it's just okay, yeah.
Have a
no
nice
worries.
day.
You as well. And he kind of seems to run off.
Fair.
But yeah, you continue to push through. As you do, you get closer and you hear Marabi. It's come! I have lots of things. I have what do I have? I have my blue pots. I have. They are world renowned and will get you going to where you need to go. You, sir, look like you need some. Well, fine. Don't buy my blue pots. Maybe you don't need them, but maybe you do. Maybe you don't know that you do.
All right, we're gonna approach him.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
What? Huh? What the fuck are you all doing here?
Not exactly sure. What are you doing here?
Peddling my wares. What else do I do? But I'm surprised. You seem to be +1 -1. What is going on? What?
That is awkward.
Our small friend fell in battle.
And actually, for the first time in this entire situation, minus Marabi being kind of at wit's end with the zombies, you see him lose that luster that he puts on, that salesman-like sheen, and he kind of goes, I'm so sorry.
He died a heroic death.
That's
true.
That's good. I'm sorry, I did not know. But, my dear, what was her name, pretty lady? I'm sorry. We met before, too. And weird happenstance since you're working with these four. Or at least around them.
It's certainly a coincidence.
Seems like it.
How did you get all your stuff in here with those fire giants outside?
They're going through
By the way,
everyone's
I still
things.
look like the redhead. Once I go back out in public, I put that back on.
I apologize. I forgot. He kind of looks at you and goes, wait.
Don't know you after all.
Do you have a sister? You probably have a sister I've met. Maybe one I've...
You've met me, Marabi. It's good to see you again.
Wait. He's gonna just roll an intelligence check to remember. Wait a minute. I do know that voice.
And Amelia puts her staff in her backpack and puts her hands into the side pockets and pulls out the gloves that he gave her.
Changing your haircut, are you?
We're gonna talk more about those gloves later. Because I don't know.
Something like that.
I feel like that's something I should know.
Interesting. Well then, yes. Previous statements aside, what
And she puts the gloves back and grabs
what are you doing with these chuckle fucks?
We are chuckle fucks.
What's a chuckle fuck?
We're chuckle fucks.
I mean,
But
it's
what
kind
is
of-
that?
It's you guys. Just understand.
I see. This must be a local term.
Yes, absolutely. It
Uh-huh.
comes from the Sword Coast.
Yes.
I believe it's
I've heard it
Gnomish
before.
for adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's for people
Well,
who just
welcome,
kinda-
chuckle fucks.
Yes. What a merry band of chuckle fucks we are.
Nobody correct him.
Oh.
Okay, but so this is odd. I mean, granted, I am sad for your loss, but it seems you have gained a very interesting companion.
It's true.
I mean, what are you all doing in Mortgage? Especially right now, by all rights.
It was the closest place to the last place we were at.
We are looking to
Enlightening.
see other islands in this fair part of the world. We're looking to book an ocean journey.
I feel this one is a little too crowded nowadays with the new inhabitants of this city.
You mean the giants?
No.
You mean...
the army?
Yes.
He kind of lowers his tone and you see his eyes kind of go around. It's not very comfortable anymore. This place was very nice before. It is they don't really work with the decor. Shall we say?
What do you know about them? Are there any around? Can I take a look?
Perception check.
I'll do the same.
Sure.
I don't even have my dice out. What's wrong with me?
Rolled a 4.
I don't
Oh,
know, man.
man.
I don't know. I am
Amateur
Dropping-
hour?
Yeah,
Seriously.
I guess.
Yeah, don't worry about my perception check. I'm just on another line.
Well, I will use the sentinel shield to aid me.
Are you like talking to your shield?
No.
I will use the sentinel shield.
Sentinel shield, I bequeath.
I mean, that was very much. that
I'm
was
just
very
explaining why I'm about to roll advantage on this. That's all.
I just rolled a 19 for my perception check.
Yeah.
Well, 13.
And what did you get?
I got a
Grimtuck.
fucking like an 8.
An 8. Okay. So the three of you kind of looking around. Grimtuck.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to add I was at 24.
Oh my god. I'm more gonna count this as like a group effort of kind of like taking a look while he's like doing his thing to kind of keep it low key.
Taking a hint.
Yeah, you do see a few around. No, none of them are really close, but they are seemingly integrated in the crowd. A pair of them, one seems to be something like a hobgoblin, some goblinoid kind of creature. Another one seems to be a human. They seem to be chatting as they walk. The hobgoblin seems to walk alongside the human just fine, which seems a little weird to all of you, Sword Coast side.
Yep, that is super weird.
But yeah, you see a few. No one very close, so you kind of like, let's just say, they aren't exactly the most well-renowned in this town. And they've been a little bit imposing, but it's what the army does.
Did they take it over by force, or did they just walk in?
You seen the statue? Did you pass the statue as you came into town?
We
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
So, it's hard to say they took it by force, being that they're run by the monarchy's offspring, shall we say. So, no, but yes.
They're just occupying.
Not a lot of people in this town appreciates them being part of the town.
They came along and no one really had the strength to say no.
Nor did they have the say in the matter,
I
which
see.
is the problem.
I see.
And people, a military occupation doesn't make people want to spend money.
It doesn't make people very comfortable, no. Don't worry though. I appreciate the thought. I've sold some things, a few things here and there.
Well, let's talk about that, because I think you're about to sell some more.
Oh.
Turns out,
As always, my best customers. Hey, and you see that instant salesman sheen go right back. His chest goes out, his little like slightly pointed ears and the curl to his little goatee just kind of like gets right back into shiny and golden. Well, I do have many new things. I mean, how are all the things that I gave you last time going? Good.
Fairly well.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Turns out there's a lot of stuff out there that tries to poison you.
It's true.
And
it's true.
it's been pretty badass to have
Well,
it
that's
not
good.
work.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So here, let's say he kind of like pals around. You see two tables outside of his cart, as I said, and they have 4 things on them set into like a nice soft velvety like pillow. And he goes, well, so I have let's see, I recently picked up these boots, and you notice that they are these like golden sheen boots that almost have this slight wing like off the side of either side of the actual heel.
Space jump.
Hey, tell me about those boots.
Well,
Hey, these are the new Nikes.
They are winged boots. They allow for a bit more mobility in the air, shall we say. I have it for quite a good price, let me tell you that. And, I mean, if you are all as you say, and ones who wish to kind of be mobile and a bit more dangerous in combat, these definitely will help.
So what do you, like, jump far or run fast or...
Well, it allows you to fly pretty much as far as you can walk.
Whoa.
In short bursts, as it were. And yeah, it's nice. I mean, hell, being able to raise yourself above the crowds is a very helpful tactic.
I see why anybody would want that. It's pretty wicked.
And yeah, so now you look at them even closer. They have this almost what looks kind of like a patina in the midst of the gold like edge to it. This beautiful green kind of snakes through, and a lot of it seems to be this wonderfully tanned leather. Little odd pieces kind of, they almost look like they would be bells on a dancer's skirt, kind of line the sides, wreathing the actual heels of the boot. And the wings at the moment seem to be golden, but he kind of looks at you and goes, well, once you get them on, then good for you. They even turn into real wings.
Impressive.
Definitely.
And what about these other items?
He's going to that. Thank you. And you actually, so he goes to the next pillow, and it's this small stone, pretty minuscule comparatively. It almost looks like a gemstone, one that you have in your pockets. It is a clear spindle, and it just sits there. And he goes, "Well, so this is. Do you all know what an ion stone is? Yes, no.
Gotta roll a intelligence check to
Sure.
know that.
Make it a pure intelligence check. Not a kind.
Give it a shot.
Right?
That's cocked.
I got an 11.
I also got an 11.
22.
16 for Rain.
Amelia got a 5.
Oh, wait, mine's a 10. Never mind. It's not a saving throw at all.
No.
Yeah. No.
So I would say Eldon and Rain. Actually, no. Anyone. So sadly, everyone but Amelia got the basic gist. You know, you have an idea who Ion is, and you've seen or heard at least of these kind of helper stones. These bits of motes of magic that kind of give you a little bit extra in the way of one thing or another. Some of them can add to your speed, some of them can add to your strength, some of them can add to, like, protect you from damage. And he goes, well, so this one's weird. This spindle is actually, it is named Sustenance. This one allows you to not have to eat or drink as long as this is with you. Or at least active, should I say.
I mean, I like eating and drinking, but
It just becomes unnecessary. It's not that you can't. It just becomes not the necessity that sustenance is.
you know, we'll come back to it. Let's keep
Okay.
looking.
Okay. Well, I also have. So I have what looks, and he pulls out the second, or the third of the pillows, and he kind of puts it in front of you all, and you see this odd necklace. It sits on this kind of silver cord, and about every inch and a half, breaks this little, looks like beads off these reliquaries. And he goes, so this one, and there are 4 of them, these beads on these reliquaries. And he goes, this one right here, these are magically imbued prayer beads. Let's just say they all do something slightly different. Very good for people who need a bit of healing or have a bit of divine nature upon them.
Just looks right at Amelia. Like, obviously. Try it.
What sort of abilities do these beads have?
Oh, wait, yeah, you do that stuff too.
Gods.
Yeah.
Well, roll me a d20.
A d20.
Yeah.
Alright. 18.
So it has a bead of smiting, branding smite.
Okay.
To my knowledge, from what I've seen you do, or at least they feel, is something similar to what you do.
I'm familiar with this spell.
The next one is, this is a bead of favor, and it actually, when used, casts the spell Greater Restoration.
Ooh.
It's a very good bead.
It's
a good bead.
It's a good bead.
It's a good bead.
Really good bead.
Next, we have the bead of curing. It is cure wounds as a spell, or lesser restoration, depending on how you use it.
Okay.
And finally,
Go on.
it is a stone of blessing. It casts the spell bless when used.
Does it go away after you use it?
It does not.
So
It
you
is-
just have it and then you just cast that stuff?
Yep.
It's once a day.
That's pretty
It can-
badass.
Hell yeah.
Well, how much is that worth?
I haven't even got the last part you want to know. Okay. This,
Well, I mean, I still want to see your wares, but I am definitely.
this
let's
one-
just say I'm definitely interested.
that one is 3,000 gold
For the beads?
for the beads.
Seems reasonable.
And finally, at least out here, I have this small ring. And he kind of pulls it out and puts it in front of you all. This ring is a very interesting one. This one is very good for that momentary need for something to, let's just say something to fire, or at least something to protect you with. It is a ring of shooting stars.
What does that do?
Well, you can use it to cast a couple different things. They spell fairy fire, which helps you kind of illuminate the invisible.
Nah, I see in the dark. What else it do?
It's not exactly like that, but that's fine. Ball of lightning. If you've ever seen that cast.
Yeah, I got one right in the face once.
Well, if you'd ever want to throw it back at someone, this is the way to do it.
That's what it does. It does those two things.
So it has a little bit extra things. You can. The name states that if you use a little bit extra oomph to it, let's just say it does a little bit extra oomph to someone else, it shoots stars, as the name implies.
I mean, that's kind of cool. I can see why that would be cool. I've never hit someone with a star, or seen someone hit with a star.
I think it's more of a flavor of the casting itself, but let's go with yes, that's exactly what it does.
Shoot stars, alright.
I do have a couple more things in the back, unless you all are good with those. Obviously, I have those blue potions. Anyone ever get to use the one they took?
I haven't got a chance yet. Just hasn't come up. I used the other potions. I'm pretty sure we got potions from
If it
you
doesn't
last
come
time.
up, that's why I give it.
Ah!
Got it.
Bazinga.
No, we not use that first.
Banished.
I mean, yeah, let's keep looking at other stuff. I mean, this stuff's cool. I mean, unless you guys want any of this stuff.
So I have, let me go check. I have some special stuff in the back. I'll be right back. And he kind of, hops up on that first step, opens the door, and disappears beneath the end of the cart, leaving the other pieces out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna...
I didn't think you would. So he pulls up a small box, and he puts it on top. You just see this small box kind of raised and left on top of the counter inside the cart, and then you see this gigantic, tome, at least for his hands, pretty decently large, just slam on top of the cart. Or on top of the
Eldwin, look, it's a book.
I was thinking the same thing.
Ooh.
He's talking your language.
So let's start with the things in this box, being that I will say this book here, it's something else, and we should talk about it. So I have two things in this box. I have and he pulls out this small, fine-looking coin, and what you look, actually, all of you roll perception, because it's very small, and you're a little far away.
Natural 1.
Natural 20.
14 for Rain.
Dirty 20 for Metolius.
9 for Amelia.
So what looks to be, to most of you, as this kind of just almost bramble work carved into the coin, to anyone who got 20 and up, you notice that it actually looks like a swarm of rats, kind of carved in, just piled on top of each other. And he goes, this is a coin of rat speech. It allows you to talk to the little buggers, which in this kind of situation, in a city like this, let me tell you, the small rodents see a lot of things. I will say, you will look very silly to anyone who isn't a rat.
I mean, I'll vouch for that. I've talked to rats before. They don't really, I mean, they can be kind of funny, but they're dicks.
So, wait, how do you talk to rats?
I mean, the same way anybody does. You just talk rat.
Oh,
It takes a little bit. I got to think about it for a while.
He's not wrong. Actually, that's what it does. It
Yeah.
allows you to speak their language.
Yeah, no, I do it. I mostly talk to squirrels, but they're kind of the same. And I've talked to rats because you're on the ship and you're like, hey, stop eating my stuff. And sometimes they'll get in your desk and then make nests. It's fucking rude.
Well, this would help you so they do not do that. Preferably. Next we have, this one I haven't got to try out. I hear it's an amulet of fall feather. It's small, it's like a little feather token. It's got the little bag. It looks very nice on a breast pocket.
What does it do?
I think it helps you fall from heights. I'm not positive on that. Again, I haven't. This one was a new acquisition. Someone traded it to me.
Is it something you can test out?
If you'd like. I would say I don't see of any place high you could fall from, though.
Seems kind of iffy.
I mean, you could jump off my cart if you want. I don't know if that'd help, though. It's not very tall.
Does that come down on the price at all, since we're not quite sure if it works?
Sure. If you want it, I will give it to you for 50 gold.
Deal.
Feel free to test it out first, though.
Oh, okay. That's figured. I can always bring it back.
That's true.
I would like you to roll. So he goes up. You can always use the ladder on the back if you wish to go to a higher height.
Okay. So I'll take the coin, or the
Feather token.
Do I feel like it's something I have to at all attune?
Nope. Doesn't seem to.
Okay. Is there like a light post or something around that might be a little bit higher, like a lamp post?
There seems to be a lantern post. Yes.
Let's climb that.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
Okay. That is 17.
Yeah, you climb up just fine. And as you're climbing up, you see a few people kind of getting a little hesitant, what is he doing? And you see Robbie going, don't worry, folks, he's just testing out the merchandise. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. Just watch and see how well my products work.
Here's hoping.
So he goes, just think about falling lightly.
I'll do the, instead of just like a swan dive, I'll just do the 1 foot off, slightly hesitant step.
As this is all happening, I'm gonna walk over to Amelia and be like, Amelia, just in case, are you ready?
Yes.
So yeah, I'm thinking about falling lightly, and I step off the edge.
As you step off the edge, you notice the token that you have had to attach to yourself turns into a feather and starts to lightly fall to the ground as you plummet. Crash to the floor.
I fucking knew it.
Taking 4 points of damage.
Murabi, you son of a bitch.
It's like, oh crap! It was actually fall feather. I thought they had that wrong. I thought there was feather fall. I'm sorry.
It's better to find out now.
I won't charge you for that one.
What does it do? It's just, there's a feather that comes out of it? I'm confused.
It turns into a nice soft feather and falls, I guess.
Oh, it's a fucking joke.
I mean, it was... I was mistaken myself. I'm sorry.
I didn't say it was a joke you're pulling. I'm saying whoever made this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It seems like it.
Oh, bruise my ass. Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Bruise my ass.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, what else you got going on? Fuck.
Well, finally, so it's this book.
Yes.
Nerd.
What is this nerd that you speak of?
It's kind of like chuckle fuck.
Delightful.
Murabi starts catching on and goes, it means heroic in my language.
I would like to insight check that.
Absolutely.
That's cocked. 10.
Yes!
He rolled a 4. You see his eyes go shifty for a second. It's like, it means heroic in my language.
I'm just gonna be like,
Heroic.
Elduin, you're the biggest nerd I know. I say that from the bottom of my heart.
So he pulls up what you hear is like the drawing of like wood against wood as he seems to pull up a stool, and as he does, he stands up behind the platform and the kind of table he has set up on top there, and he kind of lifts up this book, and it's interesting. The cover has 4 kind of circular orbs on to either corner of the book, and each of those has this like kind of purple gem, and that goes to these weird, almost like ribbon-like designs that meet this medallion that looks like a humanoid figure running. And then there's all this like gold etching all over the cover, and then behind it's just old leather-bound book. This one is a manual of quickness of action. It allows the user to become much more dexterous when studied correctly.
that is very interesting to me, sir.
Me as well.
Also me. Not literally, but...
I see. And can this only be used once?
Well, no. It can be used multiple times, once per century.
Has it been used in the last century is the other question.
I would not be charging as much as I am charging, my dear, if it has already been used. The token was a mistake on my part.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would like to insight check that as well.
Sure. Absolutely.
Because feathers, that is as cocked as you can be. That is
The border of your roll box.
also 10. It's a little cocky.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems to be absolutely like he seems to almost get defensive, but not in the way that it's like he's trying to hide something and like, hey, my wares are good, kind of defensive.
Cool. I mean, I believe it.
I know. I'm just saying. So,
what is this price that you're charging for it?
well, my dear, for the friends and family discount, 40,000 gold.
40,000?
Don't got that.
Yeah, it's as much as I desire it, it is a bit beyond my means as well.
I mean,
It seems to be a bit beyond most people's means, as I have yet to be able to sell it in any of the places I've been.
Yeah, you will probably need a lord or a lady in order to sell that.
We'll see. You'll find one rich person here and there always wanting to buy the best and brightest things. So maybe some other time.
I mean, if you ever need anybody killed and you want to trade something, just let us know.
I mean, I kind of have a guy for that, but I appreciate the offer.
If you ever need him killed. Hey, you
If
need-
you ever need your guy killed, your killing guy killed.
If you ever
killing
need your killing guy killed.
I mean,
You know?
sometimes that happens. And then you're like, oh, I need him killed, but he's the guy that I asked to kill other people.
Straight
How about we
mafia
table
shit.
that for now? I'll
Okay.
keep it in my mind. But
And just
let's
putting
n-
that on the table.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
You know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like, what do you have for potions, Marabi? I've been on a big potion kick.
like blue potion?
No, I'm not. I mean, like, no, like some that are like more like going out and fighting stuff or doing cool things. I did one potion. I breathed a bunch of fire on a troll, and another one I grew super big, and I'm kind of just feeling like I'm just in this like potion sort of phase.
Oh,
Seems kind of
Experimental
like my thing.
potion
Yeah,
phase.
like I just want to try a bunch.
That's my next Jaws album.
Yeah. Like I just kind of feel like it's just a little bit more immediate.
Okay, so call it weird. I
Instant
don't.
gratification.
I usually deal in more of the eccentric items, ones you're not going to generally find in your local store. But I have noticed that those wonderful two elf boys down the way, those guys, I'm pretty sure they have a bit of. They sell more that kind of fare.
Okay, that's fair.
It is. But yes,
What?
yeah, I would say go down to what was it? The Brave Bow. I think it was the Brave Bow. It's just a couple doors down.
All right.
Look for the wonderfully eccentric elfman.
We'll do that. I
Sounds
think
like my kind of shop.
We'll,
I'm not surprised.
Oh, hey, can you check something out for me?
Sure.
You like eccentric stuff. I'm trying to figure this out. Grimtuck reaches into his bag and pulls out the glass eye and hands it to Marabi and says, "This is, I don't think this is magic. I'm pretty sure it's not, but it keeps doing weird stuff and looking around and things. And it just seems weird, and you're into weird stuff."
And you just put it on the counter.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at it and goes, "Well, give me a sec. I can see if it's anything. I mean, yeah." He kind of takes a moment and he seems to cast something on it. And he kind of like mumbles something to himself and his hands move. And as he does, like his eyes kind of go bright for a second and then they fade as he looks at it. Grimtuck, roll a perception check for me.
That is an 8.
As you're kind of more enthralled by his doings, as he's kind of casting this to try to figure out what's going on with it, you see something move out of the corner of your eye, right below your field of vision, right where the eye should be.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a second, and it catches your eye, and you look down, and you notice that it's looking up at you.
Like, oh, fuck!
You see it like, you see it kind of focus.
The pupil just kind of dilate a little.
Yeah. And he kind of looks down at you, and then he notices you, like, kind of jump back from that. He looks up, it's just a glass eye, Grimtuck. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
It's not even a bit of magic to it.
Yeah, it must be mechanical. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out yet.
He kind of looks at you concerned.
Put it back in my pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, it's looking at me weird.
Okay. Once you reach down to grab it, you notice that the pupil is no longer moving. It as though it had never moved.
This thing's weird. I might just drop it in the ocean. I don't know.
That might be
I kind of want to
worth considering.
So, I mean, if anyone else wants anything, I obviously...
How much do you want for the rat coin?
600 gold maybe.
I mean, I talk to rats. I can show you.
I mean, I also speak rat.
True. I just...
Yes, but don't you want to speak rat?
I guess we can all talk rat
Kind
to
of
each
thing
other.
I feel like could come in handy
We could all
when
speak.
you guys aren't around at some point.
That would be really weird, but you all could
Could do that.
rat
Yeah.
to each other.
That's good. True.
I'm gonna buy it.
I think I'm gonna have a look at these other shops, and then maybe I decide how to best spend my coin.
Do not worry, I will be here.
Oh, I have no doubt, my friend. I'm very interested in those prayer beads, but it would be all my gold.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I mean,
I will
worst
think
case
on
scenario,
it.
you can always hold it till next time you're in town.
I mean, we have some
Down
stuff
payment?
to trade too.
Maybe I have some stuff for trade.
Okay, well, hey,
So-
I'm willing to barter, and I'm always looking for more things to sell in my shop.
It's true.
But I understand. He does take your gold, and he hands you the coin.
Is this a thing I need to attune to?
That would be a waste of an attainment slot.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, it's kind of.
It's not.
Okay.
He does say, so, to use it though, my dear, you need to place it under your tongue.
Gross, but alright.
Best. Good response. Good response.
I would say I cleaned it before I sold it, but you don't have to believe me.
Yeah, I believe you.
Okay. It's not like it tastes like rat. Good God.
Hey, rat might be a delicacy to some people.
Well, that's not to me. That sounds gross.
All right. Well,
But yeah, please come on back anytime. Obviously. Also, I mean, feel free if you're around tonight. You can always meet me over at. Are you all staying anywhere? I mean, I'm staying in my cart, but drinks are nice.
yeah, we're staying at the Iron Shield pub.
Oh, hey! I love that place. Belnir, he's a good man.
Hey, what's going on with that back room?
What do you mean?
There's a back room in there. Looks like they were doing cool stuff.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. There's definitely things going on.
Full persuasion?
They're smoking cigarettes in there. I want to go.
Persuasion would be 15.
He kind of looks at you for a second. His eyes kind of narrow, and he looks around.
Come on.
I'd say maybe if you're with me, maybe you'll learn more.
All right. I'll hold you to that. I mean, I like to get into some trouble.
That's for sure.
Yeah. We'll talk. We'll talk
But,
later.
yeah, let's tonight. After all's said and done and all's closed up, you can meet me at the Iron Shield. If you're staying there already, are you?
Yeah.
We are staying there. Can confirm.
Can confirm.
I have no room key.
Look down at the key in my hand.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Also, I mean, of course, there's a few other places. The Laughing Oyster is pretty nice too, but I prefer the Iron Shield myself.
Yeah, we've already put our coin down, so. But yeah, I'm gonna go look around some other shops. But yeah, well, I guess either way, I'll see you later tonight.
Sounds like a plan to me. Yes, I will. It's a pleasure seeing you all again. I am pleased and confused and amazed.
Yeah, the new paint job looks good too.
Thank you. He kind of looks at you sideways and goes, "Thank you." I mean, those zombies did do a number on it. So
Looks at his skin and he's like, I'm partial to green. Oh.
Amelia shoots you a really weird look.
I
think we-
partial to purple.
I think we all do.
I think we probably all look at each other a little weird. Like,
Marabi kind of looks at you all and goes, yes. Okay. No, continue. Let's see what's going on.
anyways,
I'll see you all tonight.
I don't actually ask him in game, but now the question is, what color is it to Marabi?
And I was thinking, can you insight check a laugh?
Yes?
yeah,
Sure, yeah. of
I'm
course.
gonna inside check that
Go for it.
because Now that I know that everyone sees a different,
It's 11.
potentially
I don't know
a different thing.
I rolled an 11. I think I probably just don't know shit.
Dirty 20.
Morabi
plus one
seems to
insight.
know a little bit more than he's letting on in this situation.
Fair.
I don't react to that at this moment.
Okay.
Maybe I'll narrow my eyes a slight bit, but
Yes, great job. But yes, feel free. Come back if you'd like to buy anything else. Obviously, if you do want me to hold anything particular, I can try. If someone offers me a full price, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably sell it to them. But,
that's fair. It's a lot of gold, so we'll see.
Hey, we can always talk payment plans. But,
I mean,
Yeah.
interest is a bitch, though, so we'll talk. Yeah. He kind of goes back, and as he kind of, like, says goodbye, it's like, I'll see you all later tonight. And he kind of pushes past the group and goes, Hey, you! Hey, you! You obviously want these boots. Of course you do! You look like a man who needs to be 30 feet in the air. And he goes back.
alright. Off to the elf bros.
Elf bros.
Elf bros.
Elf Bros off to the Elf Bros.
Yeah.
Let's go to the broken bow.
Yeah.
Brave bow.
The brave bow.
Broken bow.
Much more
That sounds
optimistic.
It is, actually.
Broken Bow is a town in Oklahoma, actually.
Broken bow.
So you walk over, you pass by what looks to be much more of a kind of classical blacksmithy looking shop front where a human seems to be like twanging away at an anvil, nice forge in the background, kind of giving it a little bit of a kind of a roaring sound. Human man seems to be sitting there covered in a bit of soot with long gloves and a kind of a leather apron on. And, goes about his day. People seem to be working through like different racks of things and all that kind of stuff. And then past that, you see two very finely dressed. Now that you're looking at them better, especially with your current paladin in tow, they look more like half-elves than elves. Their ears are not as pointy. Their features are not as sharp as like Elduin's are. But both of them are exceptionally dressed. Purples and golds and a bit of silver here and there. A lot of accoutrement. And they seem to be, come all. Please, enjoy our wares. Join us in this rapturous day of consumerism, as obviously we have what you need, and we're here for you.
Let's go check it out. So approach them. And just start looking around to see what their offerings are. Not necessarily saying anything yet.
So you see one that has a kind of lightly colored, almost like red, but just like a little more auburn, kind of tied back, long hair. He kind of comes over to you with his hands kind of next to each other, and he goes, my half-orc friend, what is it that interests you? We have many things on the menu, and you have chosen an excellent place to spend your wares and money.
Wow, that's a tough sales pitch. Coming on strong. What do you have in the form of, for something of an adventurer's ilk? Maybe something more geared towards a band of chuckle fucks ourselves.
I'm Elduin just gonna like wink.
Really obviously.
Yeah.
And as from behind you all, like, he kind of looks in, you see him kind of stroking his chin, and from behind Elduin and Metolius' arms kind of wrap around your shoulders. Gentlemen, ladies, please, this is the perfect place for an adventurer. We have potions of all sorts, magical items that would dazzle the very spines of a manticore.
Yeah, let's talk about those items. What do you have going on?
Yeah.
Well, please, follow me. And this other one, now, again, the first one kind of walks over to you, has that purple. The other one has this beautiful, brilliant blue clothing, long, almost tunic-like. His hair, though a shock of white goes through, you see it still that kind of slick black, like blue black next to it. And he runs a bit of a kind of a goatee, very finely carved, very finely cut, and he has a few more earrings than his companion does. He goes, inside we have many things. We have potions, you said you're looking for items, like what?
I mean, obviously weapons are something that I tend to lean towards, but things that help me not get killed or
I have many things that'll help you not get killed. Weapons, though, that's next door. Otto over there, he's definitely the person to talk to if you want to slice and cut. We're more of the protect and save kind of people.
Well, let's hear it.
We have many different forms of potions. Ones of healing, ones of resistance, ones that help you breathe where people should not, such as underwater, in the sea. If you wish to swim to the bottom of the lake, maybe you happen to throw something off a boat in your youth and you need to go retrieve it.
Let's talk about, obviously the first one is healing potions. What can I do for that?
I have 3 different varieties, common, greater, and superior, all at a decent price, ranging from 50 gold for the common to 150 for the superior.
I'll take 2 of those superiors.
I sadly only have one, just sold the other one just yesterday.
I'll take it anyways.
Not a problem. So that's one that is 150 gold.
That's
I
fair.
do have 4 graters. They're a little bit more... I'd say you're not getting as much bang for your buck, being that it is only 50 gold less, but I have 4 of them, if you wish.
How much was that again? Did you say?
So 150 for the superior.
Ooh, yeah, no, I got that one already.
Then
marked up.
100.
For each grader,
Yeah.
I think you said.
Do you guys want any? Because I'll just buy up a bunch.
Also, if you wish, I have potions that can make you fly, if you wanted to do such. Also, if you needed to maybe get into some place that was a little bit of a tight squeeze, I have a potion that can make you shrink.
What are you charging for the ring of breathing? Of water, underwater breathing?
It's a potion, not
It's a potion. Excuse me.
500 gold for that.
500 gold. We'll consider it.
I do have, if you wish to something ring-based that's water, I do have a ring of water walking. It won't help you go underneath, but it would help you stay on top.
Interesting.
That I have for 500 gold as well. Again, sadly not as helpful.
Wait, how much for the one that lets you breathe underwater?
500, but it is a one-use potion.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That lasts for 8 hours.
It does last for quite a long time.
And then you have one potion that lets you fly.
And you see the first one that kind of came up to you, Grimtuck, and he kind of like rubs the chin of the other one that was between the 2 elf boys, and he kind of goes, "Hun, let me take over. I think these wonderful individuals would like to see maybe something a bit more wearable." And he goes, "Yes, of course." And you see him pull out this small box that has a few different rings in it, and he kind of points out,
Now we're talking.
"This is the one my partner was talking about, water walking, but I also have a ring of protection that adds a little bit of defense to yourself. I also have if you're looking to keep yourself out of the grasp of one who is a bit more psionic in nature, I do have a ring of mind shielding. Certainly helpful.
What's psionic?
Don't worry about it. You don't have it.
One who works in the mind, not the physical.
It's like when that thing they had the mirrors and the metal and stuff, took over my brain. Kind of like that. I'm just looking around the rest of the party.
In a manner of speaking.
You see him looking at you very confused.
Sort of. Yes, I believe something like that.
Something.
That sucked. How much do you want for that?
That is 600.
Well, it's a thought.
I also have some cloaks, some robes, medallions of... I do have some sending stones. Things that allow you to talk a bit of a distance away if you need to.
That's useful.
I have a pair. It's 300 gold for the pair.
I think we probably need those guys.
I would take that.
Yeah.
Sadly, we only have one set, but it does come... The 300 does cover both of them.
I see.
Yeah.
That would be a prudent purchase, I think.
So that is, so far we have one superior healing, one set of sending stones, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then, let's see. Well, we have a cloak that does something similar to the ring. Adds a little bit more defensibility to yourself. On the magical side, but still.
How much is that?
Well, that would be 300.
I will take that.
Cloak of protection.
Yes, please.
So that's 300 more.
The ring that does the same thing.
The ring of protection, sadly, because of the fact that it is a ring and can be worn, that is up to 2,000. I apologize, my dear. But I am always willing to barter if you have anything you think would be worth it.
I will think on it.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah, I have one. It's awesome. I mean, I haven't used it yet, but, pulled it off a corpse. I'm looking forward to it. Giving it a shot.
Does the ring require attunement?
Yes, it does.
The ring of protection?
Mm-hmm.
It does not.
I thought it did. No, it does not. Wait, hold on. Let's find out. D&D Beyond will know.
I'm just going to use the DM's guide.
I think it requires attunement.
Yeah, it does.
Never mind, I missed it. I'm sorry, I apologize. I have not read up on this one as much. I never used it myself. I do also have a cloak of a ray, a manta ray, I believe. One that helps you swim a little bit faster, breathe underwater, as it were.
That lets you breathe underwater?
I believe so. I haven't used it myself, but certainly up for grabs if anyone needs another cloak to use. The cloak of the manta ray, swimming speed of 60 feet, and you can breathe. Allows you to swim pretty fast and breathe underwater.
I mean, I feel like we're going to get on a boat and maybe have to fight more giant turtle monsters.
Giant turtle monsters?
Yeah, it was a weird trip here. How much you want for the cloak?
400.
Oh, man. It's kind of... I mean, I don't need it, but I kind of just want it. I don't think, do you guys think I'll ever use it?
Probably at some point.
You are a pirate.
Yeah. I mean, I was only a pirate for a while.
By trade.
Huh, do you hear? He's a pirate.
Yeah, I mean, he used to steal a lot of stuff. It was pretty great.
You see them both kind of...
He hangs around with a lot of seamen.
A Twitter. Thank you, Matt.
I mean,
Gross.
I don't want to... I don't want to brag or anything.
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
I do also have...
It's like the submarine joke.
Yep.
I do also have, in the way of... I have a... what's called a feather token.
Oh, I just tried that outside. I jumped off a lamppost and bruised my ass.
I saw you. Why did you do that?
Because I thought it was going to make me not fall so fast.
Oh, this does not do that. This is not that kind of token. No. This allows you to... It specifically allows you to spring a tree that wasn't there to be there.
You just make a tree?
You do.
Oh.
I would say many reasons and many things can be used. You can impede someone's progress. You could
make a tree.
Is it multi-use?
Heck, you make more than one tree?
No, it is single.
Could you chop that tree down for firewood and then make another tree?
It is a tree.
And I believe it's one use.
It's one use? Okay.
I did say it was one use.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
No worries. But the tree will stay. You can absolutely use it. If you wish to start a forest, or if you wish to start a house, it's always a good thing to have a starter tree.
If you need some shade.
Sadly, it's not
if you need
the
to throw
widest,
some.
It's not the widest of trees, but it would give some decent shade.
You could hang a hammock from it. But you'd
From
have to
a
get
single
another
tree?
You have to get another token.
But if you found the perfect tree that didn't have another, and you set this token down, then you could hang a hammock from it, knowing that it was the perfect tree to hang a hammock from.
Yeah, I mean, I could see how that'd have a lot of hammock implications.
Wait, does it make a banana tree?
No, just an oak tree.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, there's a lot of uses for that.
That would be 2,000 gold if you need it.
How is that less than the cloak?
It creates a tree.
I guess it does
It's
create a
very
living
good.
thing. All right. Oh, this is...
Otherwise, we
How
have...
much did you say for the water walking ring? It's a ring, right?
Yeah,
Potion?
500 gold. Idea.
I'll take it.
Okay, that is 500.
And you said it's 400 for the cloak?
The manta ray? Yes.
God, I don't need
And-
it, but I just kind of want it.
Good sir, since we are purchasing a few items, don't suppose you could give us a slight discount?
And he kind of looks over at the other who's gone over to helping another person, kind of looking around. He goes, Elhorn, these wonderful people have offered good amount of coin to purchase a few things. Would it be okay if we give them a little bit of a friends and family discount? Here's Myros. Roll persuasion check.
On it.
Can I assist by flexing at them?
Possibly. Actually, it'll give him advantage.
Yeah.
Is
Take
that Scott
advantage.
yeah. Why is my thing?
So, Grimtuck will just lean in and then put his arms on the counter and just kind of push his biceps out a little bit.
You get advantage.
On that?
Persuasion?
With advantage. Because Grimtuck's flexing.
Hey, that's better. 14.
Could have been better, Alduin. Just saying.
I am not charismatic.
Gun shows are on display.
I have a...
We call it, with all of that, I can knock the price down 100 gold
Off of the lot?
off of the lot.
Okay. Are we doing party gold for this, or is this...
Do we have party gold?
I didn't think so,
No, I don't
but
think so,
he's
no.
giving us the
Individual
party
track.
gold price, and so I wasn't sure how...
I mean, I already
how
knocked
much
off
we know.
gold for that
We've
potion
all-
of healing.
If you're all paying, sorry, I assumed you were
Oh
paying
no,
together.
we'll take the group.
We'll
We'll
take
ring
it.
it all. Ring it up all together.
Yeah,
Ring it up
ring it
together,
up together.
Ring it up together.
So right now we're at 1,650, and take off 100, so that's 1,550
1550.
for everything.
I think that's what I'll just do like minus 10 from my 300 setting stones.
Did anyone need any of the other potions, healing, that kind of thing? We also have potions of resistance, the necrotic, cold, and force, in case you need it.
How much for each?
100 and for the force and necrotic, and 300 for the cold.
I don't
We
know.
only have one of each, but they could come in handy depending on what you're doing. He is a pirate after all.
It's true.
I
He
mean,
is a pirate.
I
yeah.
think cold and necrotic might be worth while. They seem like
Things that come up sometimes.
yeah,
I mean, if not, they will.
yeah,
No. I mean, knowing our luck. Who
yeah.
knows?
No one our luck.
Knowing our luck, we kind of get a little bit of everything. Yeah, man, I say get them if you want them.
All right.
Still, I mean, this cloak really
Another
doesn't match the
400.
rest of my outfit.
Another two.
Well, wait. Well, if we got the cold and the necrotic, that's 400.
Oh, that
to
is
get-
400. Yeah. Cold
Okay.
necrotic. So another 400. That would bring it up to 1950. That's with the 100. That would
I
be
just
just.
put in my full 500 for my
That
rating
would be
deposit.
just under 2,000.
All right, so I want to check out the weapon guy next door first, see if there's anything I absolutely need, and then if not, I'm coming back and buying that cloak.
So we're not doing it all together.
I guess not.
Well, no, I mean, we
I
want
can
to get
take
the cloak.
off his cloak off the total, which would bring it back down to 1,500.
Yeah, well, I want to shop around a little. I don't know. The cloak's cool, but I'm a pretty good swimmer already.
All right.
And I already bought the potion from you.
It's
So.
true. You did.
Yeah.
So it's.
Why don't we just go look next door and then
Would you like
come
me
back?
to hold these all together for you?
Yes.
Yeah, please
That'd
do.
be great, especially this cloak. Please
Sorry,
hold
guys.
that for
I
me.
didn't-
The protection
Yes.
for you, possibly the mental area for you.
I'll just pay for that, right? The protection right now.
Okay, 300, please.
And I'll just pay for the ring of water walking.
Well, this got confusing as hell.
Yep, it did.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
500
throw
to
everybody
you.
off balance. I just...
It's 150, 300, and 500.
Yep.
That leaves.
Paid.
Yep. That leaves the others.
And I already
behind the
knocked
counter.
off my 150 for the superior.
Oh yeah,
Any
he,
potion?
he added that in as.
Okay, cool.
Well, yes, I'll keep the others behind the counter in case you actually do wish to purchase them.
I mean, we'll be right back. We're just going to go next door real
Oh
quick.
yeah, of course. Otto's quite nice and has wonderful things. And you hear a slight callback, and he's a sight to look at. You hear.
Those lecherous elf boys. Half
They
elf
like staring
boys.
at the beefy boy next door. What
That's
up?
fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Respect.
Does the ring of water walking require attunement?
I did not write it down, but I would like to double check just in
Yes,
case.
please.
See if I can find it
Appreciate
quicker.
it.
Fuck off. Dick? No, it does not.
Ah!
Okay, cool.
The page numbers here suck a dick. Okay, so yeah, you all leave.
I mean, yep.
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 Next door.
Next door.
To what?
Autos?
Is there autos? Is
Autos,
there a sign?
to autos, as best you know. There is a sign, and it hangs kind of above the main entryway, which is an open floor plan, kind of like how you see in just our neck of the woods, where like the front full set of windows opens.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works. It seems to be almost like a garage door set of like pulley system that he pulls down to open up his whole workshop.
Right.
And you see a few just mundane looking pieces of armor and other weaponry kind of run out on racks in front. And then in the very center, he seems to be knocking away at an anvil. Seems to be working on what looks like a bladed weapon of some kind, maybe a spear, maybe a sword. And above the opening, there is a large sign that says "The Steel Appeal."
I'm not mad at that.
And you just hear it.
Yeah, let's enter.
Okay.
I'd like to investigate this man's wares.
Entrez-vous?
You kind of walk through and he catches a glimpse of you out of the corner of your eye. Hey! Welcome to the Steel Appeal. I have what you need. I am here to help you slay dragons, fell beasts, and, of course, keep yourself safe. That's what I do. You look like an adventuring lot. I probably have many things that could help you. What can it be?
We're looking for stuff that usually of a magical nature that can help us, I guess, kill things. That, protect ourselves. Protect ourselves. That's
We look at Rain. Protect ourselves.
protect
Definitely a nature. Just on
Rain
the.
rolled her eyes
Yeah.
extra big.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll a sleight of eye check.
Sleight of eye.
Performance check?
Well, just to get it right out of the way, I definitely have things of a slightly imbued magical variety. He kind of points to a weapons rack just to the left of him and goes, any of these have a basic enchantment, nothing special, just adds a little bit of damage to them, makes them a little bit harder to break. I also have ones that fit within your projectiles, as well as a shield of a similar variety.
Oh, tell me about your projectiles.
I would say the basic ones I have are magically imbued. Again, just a slight bit of extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking for something more of a little bit deeper enchantments, I have ones that are of an elemental variety, if you wish for it. They'll definitely cost you a little bit. I mean, I don't have a lot of them, but it's really a different effect.
Oh, you have arrows as well as bolts for...
Oh yes, no, just in general,
I see.
projectiles. And again, for the sake of, let's say, that I have basically enchanted arrows and bolts in many, a wealth of them, as I have. Let's just say I have a guy.
No, are we talking like +1 bolts here? Okay.
We're talking +1 bolts.
Cool.
+1 bolts, +1 arrows. And he says for a quiver of either, it's 100 gold.
Quiver is how many?
20.
20.
It's a good deal.
I also have, again, for that special archer in your life, I have these slightly elementally imbued arrows. These ones fire and hit with a... Okay, I have to make you promise you don't ask where I got them from. Let's just say they do a bit of necrotic damage, and I'm really wanting to... Let's just say I want them to go to a good home, and one who won't abuse the power.
And what kind of damage are we talking about? I know the type I'm talking about.
Are you asking in or
Out of game.
Out of game, it does an extra 1d6 necrotic damage.
I see.
Ooh. That's spicy.
Ooh, those I dare say that I would be a good home for those. What are you asking?
Well, for the necrotic imbued ones, that is 600 for the lot of 12.
600 for the 12. That is...
And sadly, I won't part with them singly. It is the lot.
I don't think it would be a bad idea. I feel like those could come in handy at some point.
While he's thinking it over, do we have anything of like a two-handed weapon variety? Something big.
Well, I do have versatile weapons of there. I have like long swords, I have javelins. Obviously anything that has just a basic enchantment can be of the two-handed weapon variety.
What do you have, like a javelin? Like anything really cool?
Well, actually, I just got this piece in recently. I was surprised when it came in. My enchanter friend, let's just say, had a little bit of a problem with it. He didn't like the way it acted. And you see this, what looks to be this oddly shaped javelin, obviously points on both ends, and a kind of spirally golden blue wrap in the center that ends in these odd inwardly shaped points, and then the actual blades are almost jagged, such as lightning bolts. And he goes, well, this is a javelin of lightning.
Oh, that sounds like exactly what it does, but I'll let you fill me in.
Let's just say you'll feel like a god throwing this at your enemies.
Oh, that's awesome. How much you want for that?
That one's going to be 500.
Sold. I mean, wait, are we bargaining? Fuck, I'm doing this bad.
Sold. 500 gold, please. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
Elf lad. There. I also forgot, as he kind of like pulls up the javelin of lightning, these 2 more kind of baskets worth of what look to be ammunition kind of falls out, and he goes, these are walloping ammunition? Do you know what that does?
I do not. Please enlighten me.
So, walloping ammunition, let's just say, when hit, the person has to take it upon themselves to not fall down.
I see.
It allows for you to throw them to the ground if they're not careful. Doesn't it? It's not that hard. If I was to hit you with one now, you wouldn't be thrown back too far. But it can be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Are we talking like 5 feet or like 15 feet or somewhere in between?
It just means not prone.
Prone. Got it. Cool.
What is the condition of being knocked prone from outside of the game standpoint?
As in, you're knocked off, like just knocked off your feet.
No, I mean, so it's an automatic thing, or
it's a DC 10 strength saving throw, or be knocked prone. And he goes, these ones are a little bit less expensive. It's not that impressive. I have 15 of each, and for the arrows it's 60, for the bolts it's 70.
I see. And just to be for completeness' sake, do you have armor as well? Do you have enchanted armor?
I do. I have so in the smaller versions I have bracers of defense.
Oh.
I have half plate.
Yeah, that's
the shit.
Would be interesting.
Yeah,
I have half plate and scale mail, both the half plate of a mithril variety and the scale mail of an adamantine. And then, if you're really clever, I have this specially crafted hide armor that came from a wyvern.
Oh, do tell.
Well, it's mildly enchanted, so it gives you a little bit extra boost to defense compared to your normal non-magical armor, but it also grants you resistance to poison. They are poisonous creatures, after all.
Mm-hmm. There's wyvern hide armor.
Let's talk about those bracers. How much you want for those?
3,000.
Ooh, that's a steep price. If I get that, I can't get the cloak. Out of game, they do what to my AC?
It is attunement, and I believe it is a +2.
Holy
as long as you don't wear armor.
Yeah, I don't wear shirts.
But I think you can actually still wield a shield.
But do you wear pasties? I never...
No, I don't even have pierced nipples.
Okay.
None of that.
I
mean, I have pierced a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. What is
Season 2, pierced nipples.
What is the AC of that
septum.
hide thing,
What's that?
What's the AC of the hide armor? What does it give
It's
me?
+1. It's so hide armor +1. I think hide armor is 13.
I think it's studded leather +1.
Oh, hide's medium. Crap. Alright. That's not gonna work for me. I got my dexterity to keep in mind.
Sorry, it's leather armor +1. It's not studded. It's just leather.
Aha!
Aha!
So it's basically just studded leather with an enchantment. Magical studded leather with an enchantment. Because leather is 11, studded leather is 12.
Yes, effectively. With poison, it's studded leather with poison resistance.
Yeah. And how much for the studded leather armor?
5,000.
5,000.
It's a special kind of item.
That is true, and I will consider it.
No problem. What about all of you? Anything else?
I'm interested
ladies?
in
either of you need anything of the variety? Again, I have armor, I have shields, I have long swords.
You want
Any rapiers?
I have just a basically enchanted rapiers.
Yeah.
You want to buy some Bahir parts? Like fangs and scales and stuff?
Do you have any hide?
God, I wrote Bahir fangs and scales.
Don't think we got
I
any
don't think we got any hide.
Well, because you rolled a terrible roll on your survey.
Yeah, so just fangs and scales. Yeah, no.
If you had hide, I would. Fangs and scales, good for... I would say good for alchemy, good for jewelry, but not very useful in the way of creating anything I could use.
Ah, damn it.
I have a +1 spear. Well, I have a minorly enchanted spear that I could maybe trade for.
Could I see it?
Yeah, I present this +1 spear we got from the gladiator or bandit king or whatever he was.
Ah, yes. And he kind of looks it over. He kind of puts it up to the light. Decent craftsmanship. I'd say I'd give you 175 gold worth of credit for it, or just 175 gold if you wish to sell it straight.
And how much are your minorly enchanted weapons?
200.
I will do that in trade and pay you 25 for a minorly enchanted warhammer if you have one.
I do. Absolutely.
I'll take
and he
it.
He pulls one off the side, and you see this warhammer just like nicely carved stone, kind of inlaid with a wrap of this like almost ebony steel. Pretty simple looking, but it definitely has a nice heft to it, and when you kind of hold on to it, it feels good. And yeah, it's a +1 warhammer.
Sweet.
What about for yourselves? Anything?
I will take your unspeakable arrows. Your
Unspeakable arrows.
your necrotic arrows.
That would be 600.
Yes.
The arrows that shall not be named.
I'm just gonna put 60 platinum pieces in his hand.
Voldemort
Question.
arrows.
That's 12 necrotic
Since
arrows.
we're buying so much stuff, would you take
Deja vu.
would you take 2,800 for those bracers?
Roll a persuasion check.
I mean, we are buying a lot of stuff.
I know. Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, that's 19.
That was like my helping, but it wasn't very good.
We rolled a 19, so you know.
2,800.
Spirit,
The vibes.
the vibes, the good vibrations.
How about you leave those Bahir parts and we'll call it 2,800.
Deal. And so yeah, I will just plop down almost all my money.
And he kind of like scrapes the Bahir parts, the teeth, the scales into a bag. He seems to place it behind the counter. And he just like reaches over and like places it down. And he goes, excellent. So again, ladies, anything?
I think I'm good for now, but thank you.
I'm afraid I'm not one that's much of a fan for bladed weapons.
I apologize. I wish I had anything you could use then. But I'd say come back. Hopefully next time. Well, what do you use?
She just kind of gestures to the staff that she's holding.
It is definitely not in my wheelhouse. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Is there a shop around here that you could point us to that sells things of a more arcane nature?
Yes, actually right over there. Those two wonderful elf gentlemen.
The one behind the store we were just at?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I see.
You might be able to find something at the wharf, too, if they don't have what you're looking for.
What about more like components?
Oh, there's absolutely... I would say going to the wharf, there's a fish market that has a kind of a general stores there. A lot of components go in and out because people travel.
But do you have more of like an alchemist, like things that a potion maker might want?
I think the gentleman next door would probably be the ones to
makers.
Would probably be the ones to see for that.
I mean, if you're looking to make potions...
Are you looking for like charcoal and incense to summon your burb?
Yeah, I am.
I would say...
I was getting more of a general store vibe from the last place, which is why I didn't ask about it.
I would say next door, those two have potions. I'm expecting them to have the ability to make them. They don't seem to outsource much.
No.
Nice. I'm gonna go buy that cloak.
Metolius sort of bangs on his dented breastplate that he's had for a while. It served him well, but he says, I'm looking to upgrade, but I need to stay relatively quiet. Can you suggest anything?
Let's see. Staying quiet.
I'm not really a man for full plate.
Not a man after my own heart, but hey, what can you do?
Maybe someday, but
It's the heft that I really enjoy. Let's see. I would say I have a chain shirt, maybe. I have an enchanted chain shirt. I probably have an enchanted breastplate kicking around somewhere. Is there did you
more
want to
like
stick-
half plate? That's what I was thinking. I think you mentioned some half plate earlier.
I do have half plate. Half plate doesn't help you in the sense of being quiet. It's not very good at that.
But it looks badass.
I mean, granted, but if you're looking, I was just trying to go along with your. If I have half
That's
plate,
true.
I have mithril half plate if you wish it.
Mithril would be
Look,
quiet, wouldn't it?
It would help. It would help.
Well then, I would.
And
Yes. How much do you want for it?
1,000 gold.
Completely outside of game, it looks badass too. So when I draw our next round after we hit our second arc,
I'm
artistically,
gonna ruin your. Well, I was just about to say. I was just about to get it painted.
Ah, shit.
I will pay 1,000 gold for
Okay.
that.
And he kind of pulls it off the wall and goes, "Yeah, sorry. It's been a long day. This should do you justice, though."
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Otto. I have something else I'm gonna pick up next door. I don't know. Do you guys need anything else in here?
Armor.
No, I'm good, I
Ammunition?
think.
No, it's a good day's
thank you.
worth of business.
It is. I mean, granted, people have been surprisingly ready to spend money on things to protect themselves with them.
It's probably
Wonder
the
if
fire
it's,
giants.
That certainly doesn't help. But also, probably the mild incursion.
I thought that didn't the fire giants come with the incursion?
Yes, but they usually stay outside.
Ah. All right. Well, Otto, thank you again.
Back to the boys.
Come back to the boys!
All right, run back next door. Definitely picking up that cloak, just because stylistically I want it.
Okay.
You want to draw yourself with a manta ray cloak?
I just want to be able to swim and breathe underwater.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean, that's why I got the water walking ring, because now I can walk on walls and water.
Ah.
That's fucking rad.
That's true.
I can just kind of walk anywhere now.
Okay, Jesus.
right?
Well, yes, let's go back next door.
Okay. As you stroll back in, hey, welcome back.
Whoops, he went Marabi for a second there.
Now you kind of, as you walk, hey, welcome back, everybody. Did you decide to come back for the wares you left behind?
Yeah, I want that cloak.
400 gold, please.
Sounds fair.
And I'm wondering if you have ingredients for alchemical uses.
Yes, I believe so. We're not usually ones to be asked for the ingredients. Usually people wish them completed. What is it you're looking for?
Yes,
specifically?
I have a couple of bits of magic that I'm looking to
Magic.
perform. Yes. I'm wondering if you have some arcane ink, a few pinches of red phosphorus. I need 3 nernroot stamen, 2 bricks of charcoal, a small vial of lemon juice, some cappy root, and some nag champa.
Get the fuck out of here.
And a real dank indica.
Like something with earthy tones.
None of that fruity shit.
No.
You see him.
We
What a
puff
mela-
rough in this gang.
You actually see him taking down each one of them, like all the notes as he does, and just like writing it down one after another. And he doesn't miss a beat. He does this. Yes, I think I have all of that actually. I would say for everything and the Nangchampa.
Out of game. These are components to copy a spellbook down, so it has to be 150 gold pieces for one and 10 gold pieces for the other. So 160.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was actually
Wizards, y'all.
wizard. And he kind of looks at you. That's actually what it was about. As what I was going to offer. He goes, 160, please, for everything. It shouldn't take me very long to grab it from the back and bring it back up.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Before you head into the back, I was wondering if you had some components I'm looking for.
Probably. We have a lot.
Do you have any diamonds?
Diamonds, my dear. How big do you need it?
I'm looking for a total of about 600 gold.
In the form of single or separate pieces?
2 separate ones, if you could.
300 says. Let me look. I'll check in the back.
I'm also looking for some diamond dust, if that is available.
That is surprisingly a lot more easy. Here, give me a sec.
Of course.
And how much diamond dust do you need?
About 300 gold.
Okay, let's see. So, you're looking for something about 900 worth of diamonds and diamond dust?
Correct.
Whew. It's a tall order, but you'd be surprised. He goes in the back. As he does, he kind of like parts the curtain in the back of it, and you hear him kind of like ruffle around. You hear
You'd be surprised.
a few boxes move.
How generous the dungeon master is.
He'd be surprised how much he doesn't want to see you all die.
Hey,
All possible.
speaking of, maybe somebody should buy up all their health potions. Rain, maybe.
Health potions.
Really? It's weird.
I like to use them.
Yeah,
she just doesn't drink
it's
them.
just really hard to
Just
drink
staying
them when you're unconscious.
Yeah.
You know how people have those insulin injectors that just shoot them up when they need it? Maybe.
Health potion EpiPen.
Yeah, just.
I mean, you kind of gave me that with the necklace of wound closure.
It doesn't bring
Never
you
said
back to
wound
consciousness.
closure. Well, true, but it stabilizes me.
All right, fair. Yeah, live dangerous.
I got
More.
This. That's what I do.
All right.
So,
I can't wait till you fall off a boat with your ring of water walking on and then take enough fall damage when you hit the water to pass the fuck out. And then I gotta jump in and fish your ass out of there. Just saying these are rain things.
so
Anyways.
as you're all kind of milling about, he comes back and
That's how it works, right? Like it does.
God damn
he puts out what looks to be a small silken pouch on the table, and then he kind of brings up a small basket. Pass the basket over to Elduin. He goes, 160 for yours, and everything should be there. Double check just in case.
Yeah, I'll finger through it.
And he kind of pulls open the small pouch, and from it he pours out what looks to be an even smaller pouch, kind of wrapped up and tied, and then 2 decently sized diamonds. And he goes, I was saving these for something specific, but I can always find more. And you look like you might need them.
They will go to good use.
900, please.
I was also hoping to take a well of that arcane ink and possibly a quill.
I could do that.
And along with that, I was curious if you might have any scrolls of anything interesting.
My dear, I'm sorry to say, scrolls we do not.
That is fine. I will take the rest.
Let's call it at an extra vial of ink and quill as that promised 100 off.
Well, thank you.
I also have some material components I would like to purchase.
Y'all can chime in at the same time.
I know. I need several seeds of any moonseed plant and a piece of opalescent feldspar.
Goddamn.
That moment, he kind of takes a second and looks at you and goes, I worry I don't have that. But I would say maybe check by the docks, see if any of the sailors carry something so exotic. It's not something I carry on a general basis. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I have a few.
This is what you get for mentioning how generous the DM
I know,
is.
it's okay.
Call me out on it, why don't you?
It's a zinger.
See what happens.
It was kind of a curveball.
Yeah. Could have just said it before. No. Anyways, I apologize, sir. I wish I had it on hand. But do check. I would say possibly check at the what is it again? He kind of stops for a moment. I haven't been there in a while. The Sandbar Inn. Check with Koros. He's the owner. He deals in some exotic items.
Alright.
Specifically of the more of the component variety, especially ones that may not be seen as easily near.
The more unusual, the
So,
rarer ones.
Yes, Sandbar Inn. It's right at the corner of the docks. You'll notice it. It's gaudy as fuck.
All right.
Let's just say that's saying something coming out of my mouth. But if there's nothing else, anyone?
Thank you very much. Your help is appreciated.
Of course. I'm so happy I could be assistance, and please feel free to come by anytime.
Will do.
And as he finishes that, he just kind of walks off. He passes what seems to be the pouch of gold. You guys are passing him over to his partner, and they both go back to their kind of rhetoric, calling people over, showing people things, as more people kind of filter in and look at the items on display. You all find yourself at, I'd say, early afternoon, mid-afternoon by now. The sun is high, and you've purchased a lot of things. You do. You still hear Marabi off in the distance, and obviously the other two mainstays that have been around you kind of like chitter to other people.
Before we leave, I want to request... I would like to ask Otto if he could paint my armor, my newly purchased armor, green. Or is some sort of lacquer, or some sort of way to color it.
The problem with it is, it just won't last. You could always have someone enchanted if you had the time. It might take a little bit, but I would say an enchantment to change the color, 2 days maybe.
I'll think about it. I don't know if I'll be around that long.
But,
I might just have to be a shining beacon.
I would say, though, it is a pretty simple enchantment. If you want, I can always lacquer it for now, and it just may wear off.
Sure.
Come back in about 2 hours.
I will do that.
Okay.
And we leave, I suppose. Unless...
Yeah, I got nothing else. I'm broke.
What were we going to do next? Did we have a plan?
I don't know if we did.
Metolius, did we need to go look for your components?
Oh, yes, we do need to do that, and also we need to scope out the boat situation, I think. We are planning on leaving via boat.
They did say that place was in the wharfs.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So, as you decide to leave the trader's market behind, and you take the left towards the wharf, a lot of the city in front of you changes. It becomes less kind of sectioned off, set in apartments and like buildings like that, and tall peaks of these roofs, to much smaller, not hovels by any means, but much more ramshackled like shacks, effectively. And it comes to that kind of spreads across this large opening in the walls, and you actually, as you're getting closer, you hear the sound of like gulls in the distance. You get a much more intense scent of sea air as it kind of flows through the alleyways. And again, this whole area in front of you, probably about like damn near just like 400 or 500 feet off, that splits from this larger section of the city by this kind of cut-in road. It definitely looks like more so not a market, but a place where sailors kind of lay their head and find respite when they're just docking for a little while. You also notice around you, as you see people kind of running through the streets, you see here and there, amidst with the normal people, you do see a few of the army kind of walking through. Another few just humanoid people in that kind of bronze copperish colored armor, almost rust red when you look at it close enough. But you see these 3 individuals kind of walking, high hoods on the tops of their heads, almost vestments in their look. A kind of forest green kind of takes the mainstay color down the center, while it's accented with whites, like brilliant whites and yellows all over. The 4 of you recognize this pretty well as something similar to what you saw back in Greyhurst, with the small halfling.
Yes, worshipper of Shantae.
Chanti. Never say it right. It's Chantia. But it does look very familiar to the Fane Goodsong, who you met in Greyhurst. And you see a few of them. Now you notice them a little more as you caught wind of these ones specifically, as you've actually passed a few of them before as you kind of entered the city. They seem to be milling about. Here and there, you see them talking to a few of the purveyors of the more edible goods, as they give them a blessing of the harvest goddess, to hopefully that their crops once again grow lush. But you...
Do we see this sandy... this inn, this whatever...
This eyesore?
Yeah. This
Roll a perception check. As you kind of make it, I would say, if you look, you're kind of in this town, or this kind of square portion right here.
21.
To the north of you, from where you're standing and looking over what looks to be the wharf or the kind of dock area, you see what looks to be a large building that has a sign outside that says the Jumping Widow Dive. And then you see a few people sitting on the deck, drinking beer, like ales of some kind, a few barmaids kind of coming out and bringing them food. But just above the shacks, kind of to the southwest side, at the very end, next to where the wall starts again, you see what looks to be almost a lighthouse perched on top of another like high-roofed building, glass encased, and you actually see what looks to be something spinning inside, but no actual like light seems to be coming through. But it definitely sticks out like a sore thumb from what you see. So I'd
It's
say
like
that,
one of the larger buildings around.
yeah, it stands pretty tall, at least a good story higher than most of the other small shacks around it. And it seems to be something you'd more see deeper within the city, and so far outside and so close to the water's edge.
Right on.
It doesn't look like a lighthouse?
It looks like a lighthouse, like almost like a lighthouse perched on top of just one of the inns you've passed already.
What was the name of this place that I'm supposed to be looking for?
The Sandbar Inn.
The Sandbar Inn. I look to some sailor.
And you're still a ways off. Like you're
Oh.
just seeing this above some roofs.
Okay. Have we entered into this the wharf district?
I would say if you pass by the roadway, yeah. As soon as you get into the small shanty-esque town, you get into what it appears to be around you. Looks like these gruff-looking individuals. One's hardened by work and strife. You see a lot with scars or what look to be kind of torn leathers. Like you notice pieces missing off of some of them. There's also a lot of glinting gold kind of hangs from them, as though people they have come into some wealth at times.
Got it. So they look less like sailors and more like pirates.
Here and there, you see some
Rich,
sailors.
is that a charged word?
Nice.
You see some sailors.
Hard R.
Definitely. You see some pirates.
I'll definitely gravitate more towards the piratey folk.
But you definitely are in the midst of this now shifting group of individuals that you've seen. They definitely, none of them look very familiar to the other townsfolk, or at least they don't look similar to the other townsfolk.
I'll just pick one. I say, "You there?
Uh,
Where's the Sandbar Inn?"
This kind of rough-looking, probably dwarf from his size, but he's a little gaunt comparatively to most dwarfs you've seen. His beard is shorter but still nicely trimmed. Has a deep scar over his right eye, one that everyone wants, specifically.
One that doesn't actually take your eye.
No, yeah, but just leaves a
Oh,
really
yeah.
awesome scar. Yeah, he's got that.
I got one of those.
Yeah, he's got that too. He kind of goes, Sandbar? Son, are you looking for a good drink, or what are you looking for? Because that's not, I wouldn't recommend, that place is a little, how do you say frou-frou?
I hear there is the owner there is dabbles in exotic goods.
He dabbles in something, but I would, I mean, yeah, if you're looking for exotic goods, he definitely fits the mold. And he kind of points straight to the top of the lighthouse. You can't miss it. It sticks out. It's almost a shining beacon in this
I can see that.
town.
I can see that. Thank you for your time, and I tip him with gold.
Does he look piratey or sailory?
It's more piratey.
I'm gonna ask him for a second and be like,
He kind of grabs the gold and goes, "Thank you."
"Hey, Any ships of worth moored here at the docks?
What do you mean worth?
I mean, anybody with any notoriety.
I mean, you got ships coming in and going out. I would say no one that kind of catches my ear. It's just your basic
fare.
Yeah, you know.
Nobody notorious. Anybody?
Why would I be telling you about anyone notorious, son?
I used to captain a ship myself.
Congrats.
Just kind of curious who's in the neighborhood.
No one you'd know.
It's fair. Get out of here, old man. You have a good day.
He just shakes his head. He's like, fucking
kids.
These damn kids. Yeah, he kind of points in the right direction, and yeah, he walks off, does his thing, kind of grumbles to himself as he goes. So you travel that way.
Sure. Yeah.
You do see, as you kind of push through farther and farther into this little shanty village, you see the tops of masts kind of stuck out like thin, dead trees amidst the ever-moving ocean. A few docked quite far out, but also a few docked like right next to the edge, right in the docks themselves. And they're pretty decent galleon size. And a few smaller boats here and there.
Can I look to see if I recognize any?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
You all don't need to come with me to this bar. I'm just going to buy
Natural 20.
some things.
Not one of them looks familiar to you.
If you want to see what kind of captains there are for hire.
I would like to accompany you. I'd like to see these interesting goods.
Fair enough. Does sound interesting.
I'll just wait outside. I'll go and just perch up on the outside of the door, lean against the wall, clerk style.
So what, I would say once you kind of pass through farther and deeper, you get to just about it looks like the docks themselves, but instead of, you get to where you see this kind of eyesore of a building, and you notice that it's almost built into the water itself. As though the foundation kind of sets just below the waves. And it seems to kind of, and that is, if you look on
It's
the map,
not sound structurally sound.
it's right here. You notice that it has a like large stone, almost foundation, like pylons kind of set underneath it, but the actual stone masonry kind of holds very nicely just below the waves. And at the other side of it, at the back end of it, it seems to reach out in a dock-like pattern. And a few ships are actually connected to the dock itself. But it does look weird. It feels weird to see this building built into the ocean. But it seems very particular. It almost looks as though the entrance ends where the beach does. As though you kind of want to get that feel of a kind of a cabana building.
All right.
And in turn, then Grimtuck leans up against the doorway, just outside.
Yes.
And above it, you do see a swinging sign, and it almost looks like two trees carved into the sign, but they kind of curve. Their leaves are wide and long. It's like palm leaves. And it does say Sandbar Inn.
I enter.
Okay.
We enter.
Side note:
yes,
is there
that's
actual like beach here, or is it just like wharf and dock?
No, there's beach. There's
Like-
very lightly. It seems as though any beach that is set into the dock itself, or where the dock was, has been covered, and like stones have been laid down, and like foundation has been laid out so that docks could exist. But you've noticed and seen beach kind of to either side of the walls outside of the town itself. But this seems to have a little bit of a front portion of it that seems to be like sandy beach.
This is all jetty and dock, sounds like. It's all pretty
So
rough.
so within the walls, there's no like sandy
Except for
beach.
about 20 feet out from the front of this building. Everything else is just like solid, just like stone and like groundwork.
Is this like a lounging area? Like, are people from the inn like on beach umbrellas?
There doesn't seem to be any umbrellas, though there is like a nice an outer patio that
Okay.
seems to like sit just away from the sand itself.
Okay.
But it looks
And we're all
as
heading
though-
in.
I think everyone but Grimtuck is.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know if Rain is. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
What?
I'll wait outside.
In character, I'm just going to... Like, what is it that we're doing here again? Remind me.
I just need a few components for this spell that I've never cast before, but may want to cast in the future.
There you go.
I see. Well, I think I will hang around outside then while you do that.
Okay.
And again, to Elder, to finish that question, it more looks as though whoever made this inn almost brought the sand over to make the look of
Sure.
the sandbar.
That's fine.
But yeah,
I just want the
Tourist
sand.
trap, man.
I'm going to go over to the
It is-
sandy beach.
the biggest tourist trap you've seen on this island yet.
That's totally fair. While he's inside, I'm going to go over to the sand.
Okay.
And I'm going to start stuffing it into a sack.
Okay.
Sand thief.
I see where you're getting at now. Okay. I was wondering, and now I know.
Okay. So Amelia,
Connected all the dots.
Amelia and Metolius walk in
Yes.
to a relatively lively pub-looking area. There does seem to be in the back. There seems to be a few staircases going up, as though there may be rooms to rent up top, as this is a multi-story building. You do see like tables all around and people enjoying these very fancily glass gobleted drinks. No mini umbrellas, but there is a nice wedge of fruit here and there on them, which is kind of out of place and a little fancy for anything you've seen on this island so far. And from behind the counter, you see this man tending bar and kind of taking in all of the people coming in and being very jovial and happy. And it's interesting, his skin is this oddly pearlescent blue. Behind it what at first may look like a beard seems to be more just cuts in the skin below to the back of his jaw and below his ears, and his ears look webbed almost. His hair long and tenderly tied back in a very tight tail, but if let loose, I would say more looks like Predator in that kind of way, almost tentacle-y. And then his hands end in these odd, like, frilled extensions off of his wrists. And a little bit of what looks to be almost a slight, well-manicured claw at the tips of his fingers. And he goes, "Welcome, everyone! Please, come in! Ha! You too! Come forward, don't be shy! Welcome to the Sandbar Inn!" Sandbar Inn, in case you were wondering. And please sit down. Come sit at the bar. Is there anything you wish? We have an excellent dragon fruit liqueur on special right now.
Interesting.
Do you have any Mai Tais?
I'm searching for... Well, help me recall real quick, Dungeon Master. I'm searching for the owner.
Yes, you are searching for the owner. His name is Koros. Is the only thing that was
Okay. Back in character. I come in search of Koros. Are you him?
I am indeed. This is my establishment, and you are welcome here anytime. What is it good old Koros could do for you? I mean, other than make your day and give you some excellently flavored libations.
Well, I was hoping to find some rare spell components, which I was told that you might be able to help me with.
Well, isn't that an interesting question? I mean, I'm not usually one to... What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a piece of opalescent feldspar and some seeds from any moonseed plant. I know there's lots of varietals.
Opalescent feldspar. I definitely feel like I have a bit of that lying around somewhere. I mean, you never know where you could use it, but the seeds, that more sits... Sadly, my friend, I feel as though I'd have to point you in the direction of maybe the temple. One of the ladies of the harvest. Usually that leads to where you can find a good bit of seed, depending on what you're looking for.
Excellent. How much for the feldspar?
He notices what he said and blushes.
I just leave that one on the table.
Oh wait, he doesn't bring it up again. You see like a kind of a brilliant purple kind of rush across his cheeks for a second.
I will look at Amelia when he says that and just be like, sort of can't believe it.
I would say 25 gold for the feldspar right now.
Excellent. I will give you sold.
Can I offer you one of the dragon fruits? Maybe an org tusk nightcap?
Did you say orc tusk?
Org.
Org?
Not orc. I don't need any orc tusks in there. Org, though, they're a little bit more rare and usually give for a bit of a bitter aftertaste, but it really does make the body feel good.
I'm good.
What about you, my dear? A drink? Something? Food?
I think I'm okay. We were more looking into the casting side of things, as he said.
Well, that's fine. I mean, do know that anytime you need anything of the eccentric and exotic variety, especially in the way of food and drink, or a place to stay, there's always my...
Believe me, I will keep that in mind.
I know you will. Everyone does.
Thank you very much, Chorus, for your time.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure.
The pleasure is absolutely mine.
And with that, we leave the sandbar in.
While I was waiting outside, because we're like by like tide kind of, right? Like, so I kind of want to like, with my water walking ring on, I kind of want to test it out in the very shallow bit of the tide, so I don't draw any attention like from people seeing me walk on water. But I just want to see in the like shallow tide if like the ring works pretty much. Give it a test run.
You a test run?
Side note, funny thing, depending on how worn down these sandy beaches, there very well could have been a blessing feldspar in the sand.
I believe our friend Batola's look.
Fun geology fact.
I don't even know how to handle the last 10 minutes of this podcast.
You may have just been sold some sand from outside.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll pay to leave this conversation.
Worth the weight in gold.
Okay, you.
What a
put it
swarthy
on,
types around here.
And as you do, you take one foot in front of the other, and as you place the first upon the waves, you feel a solidness to the water, one you did not expect. As you look down and notice that there's about an inch underneath your foot where the waves lap.
Right? That's what I was hoping.
I would like to roll perception to see if I see this.
Sure.
Yes. 21. No, 23.
Shazam.
23?
Yeah.
You definitely see rain haphazardly, like, kind of take a step out onto the waves and not fall.
Magic.
Pretty. Yeah, cool.
Well, let's see if... time is it? What time of day?
I mean, it wouldn't have taken you very long. It's probably now, I would say, closer to 5. So the sun should be setting within the hour at 2.
Should we head back for food and inquire about a ship in the morning, or...
Did you need to head to the temple?
I will do that tomorrow.
It's been a long day buying stuff.
I don't know where it is. It's not, on our way.
That's fair.
I mean, we're here by the water now.
I have a little bit of moonseed left from the start of my journey. I just wanted to supplement. Just lost my feldspar. I needed a new one.
We can go find somebody to talk about hiring a ship while we're here. I mean, we're already at the dock.
I mean, we can at least inquire.
Sure. Let's see. Are there any... I don't know. I
would say
actually don't... I don't think Metolius would really know what to do at this point, so he will defer to people who do this thing more often.
Yeah, I don't
Grim
usually...
Tuck.
I mean, I sometimes, I know how to hire a ship, but I know how to take a ship a lot better.
I would say, standing outside of the Sandbar and Inn, you see that down the way, there seems to be a few other more populated docks, probably about like a block or two ahead of you as you go kind of northwise along this. It seems to be ones that are bustling with, ships being unloaded and kind of a few shacks laid out right on the edge of the docks, maybe a place where you could find like the the dock captain,
Harbor master. Cool. Well, let's go. Yeah. All right, come on, this way. We got. It's a lot busier down there. That's probably where the harbor master is. He's gonna be able to tell us what ships are hiring, or maybe if we just find a tavern nearby. But I don't know. This is the most direct route.
So yeah, as long as you all follow along, you all walk down just about a block. You find what looks to be a small shack. It actually says Harbor Master is in on it, as you do. Short door. This feels like you'd actually have to bend down, Grimtuck, to enter in.
Fair.
But yeah.
Let myself in.
As you walk in, you find a pretty basic shack. Looks like a desk in the back, and behind it sits what looks to be a portly halfling, red-bearded, with a hardened look of you'd say a hardened look of a sailor, someone who's been on the seas before. A look you know very well. A large scar cuts through his right cheek and streaks through his beard, leaving a spot where no hair grows down his neck. And he kind of looks up at you and goes, "Aren't you a tall drink of water? What can I do for you?"
We're looking to charter a ship or possibly book passage on a ship. Head into... Wait, what island was it again?
Centaur, correct?
Yeah.
Is that what we call it? Yeah. Looking to book a passage to Centaur.
Ain't no ship going out of here to Centaur. No one's
reason?
crazy enough to do so. But I would say if you want to get to the next island over, maybe to Falconport, you could always talk to old Lazy Eye over there. And he kind of points out the window, and you see this older, gaunt-looking woman, kind of on the end, kind of tying up. It seems to be helping the crew tie off the ship.
Does she go by that? Or am I going to get punched in the face by saying that?
I mean, let's start by calling her Faye.
Faye, okay.
You'll know why she's called Lazy Eye very quickly.
No, I can imagine. I just don't want to be like, hey, you,
Hilarious
biggest
and
flaw
awful
on your
at the same
face.
Accurate.
Yeah, and so what's with Centaur? Why don't boats go there?
I mean, you got the barbed crown. It's a small piece of islands ringing the whole the main island itself, and it's hell. It's instant death, and even for the greatest of captains, you don't travel straight to Centaur. You have to go step by step. Start with Falconport, go to Oceanshade, and then maybe, just maybe, if you can find the right person, you'll get to Centaur. As long as they know what they're doing, and they're not trying to lead you astray. That Oceanshade, that's not the. Let's just say it's not on the up and up.
Who should I look out for?
Most every single person in there.
No, I meant just hiring a ship from here.
Oh, I would say Notley. Notley's a good one. She has fair prices. Gromit, Paxton. I never know if I can trust him enough, but he definitely has seemingly taken people on his ship before. You try either of those two.
All right, and then Faye over there, obviously your first pick.
She's definitely, again, more on the up and up. She might charge you, but she'll get you where you need to go.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Of course.
And then just let myself out.
Okay.
Let's go hit up old Lazy Eye.
Man, they cannot handle that. Just at all.
So
Yeah,
you see the woman he pointed out just a little ways down the dock. She now seems to be kind of like directing some men on the actual like deck of the ship to lowering some crates down.
And what was the name of the other island? Falcon what?
You're looking for Falconport is the
Port. Gotcha.
Or Oceanshade. Oceanshade was the one that Gromit or Paxton.
And which one gets us closer to where we want to go?
You have the map, correct?
Boom.
Both of them will get you to this small island on the southwestern point. One will get you closer, but that would be the Oceanshade is the closest to Centaur.
Okay.
But also is the... Yep, and Falconport is like right there.
Oh, okay. Cool. So
For all you at home, feel free to check back on our website at the labeled map. You will see what Falconport and Oceanshade, where they are located.
yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and approach it. When I get within hailing distance, I'll try to catch her attention, or at least if she turns around and sees me.
She looks human. As you walk closer, her skin is tanned hard by the sun. Almost looks like kind of like worn leathers. You notice visibly faded tattoos kind of running all up and down her exposed arms, but though gaunt, you see the musculature you would see on a pretty well-to-do sailor. Just like a bit of age kind of behind it.
So what's up with that defining feature?
She's not looking at you.
Oh, okay, cool. So I will approach her.
And you hear kind of like, no, God, by the God, please be careful, it's delicate, you're going to ruin it, good God.
Hail! Are you the one they call Faye?
I am Faye Notley. Hello?
Hi. Harbor Master says that you're the person to talk to
As
about...
you look her dead in the eyes?
Yeah.
The other of her eyes are... No, I'm joking. One of them distinctly tilts to the left and seems to look at Eldman.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, I'm like looking around, like trying to make eye contact with that eye.
No,
Over here.
no,
Over here.
I do not.
Right here. No. Harbor Master says you're the one to talk to about booking passage, potentially to Falconport or...
How many you got and where you going?
Falconport or Ocean Shade. And it's who you have here.
I won't take anyone to Ocean Shade. No.
What's wrong with Ocean Shade? Why is everybody here terrified to go anywhere else?
I will take you to Falconport. That's on the other island. Ocean Shade in itself is where I lose my ship, my life, my gold, my crew, and everything of my worldly possessions, probably.
Pirates?
Most likely. It's not a nice place. I'm not going there. But I'd happy to take you to Falconport for give or take. How many are you?
You're looking at it. It's a group of us.
5?
We're all here.
5?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of takes a second breeze in. I'd say 5 gold ahead.
That's easy. When do you plan to leave?
And how long does the trip take?
2 or 3 days. Maybe, if the seas are a little rough, more like 5, depending. And we've been recently having some good weather, but that always usually leans towards some bad stuff coming on the horizon. So shoot for 5 if that kind of fits within your time frame.
And if we can guarantee safety to
I can guarantee you'll get there as long as the ship doesn't capsize.
No. I mean, if we could guarantee safety of the ship landing in Ocean Shade, would that be worth anything to you?
I can guarantee my ship getting there safely. It's us leaving that's the problem. You gonna protect my ship the whole time you're there?
Depends.
On?
What we're really trying to do is get to Centaur.
Well, then you need to get to Ocean Shade, but I'd say let's start you out small, get you to Falconport, and then you can find a way over to Ocean Shade. Maybe then, if someone's crazy enough, they can get you to Centaur.
I mean, we're pretty fucking crazy.
Well, then you should get yourself a boat then, shouldn't you?
Seems like I might be in the market for one.
Well,
Sounds like Ocean Shade's a perfect place to find one.
I mean, I would say if Pimfire over there is the person you talk to if you're buying it. I'm just offering you safe travel on mine.
When do you plan to leave dawn?
She kind of looks up at the guys kind of bringing down the cargo. Maybe a day and a half from now. Dawn on the... So not tomorrow, but the next day. We start at dawn, though. I like to make sure we have as much sunlight to deal with, especially on that initial part.
I'll hand her 25 gold and say, reserve cabin space for me and my friends. If we're here when you leave dock, then we'll have those rooms. If you don't hear from us, then just assume that we're not coming.
I'm happy to take that deal.
Hand her 25 gold.
She takes it. Again, may I ask why you want to go to Centaur? It's a place filled with, let's just say beasts troll those waters. It's dangerous to go through.
Well, the gods have sent us on a quest, and they're much harder to they are much harder to ignore. So beasts, just kind of shrugs a little bit. You make do.
I'm certainly not one to question God's work. I would happily take your gold to get you at least a Valkyrie. But yeah, if you're not here at the dawn of the second day, I will be gone.
That's fair.
And if you're not here on the dawn of the third day, so will the moon. Sorry. Terrible.
Sigh.
But again, if you are looking for a boat to purchase, I mean, you could always talk to Pimfire again. Or talk to Pimfire about it. He does have a few in dock. They fit y'all, but not gonna be as good as these. Good as mine.
I'm not really a boat buying type.
She kind of looks you up and down after you say that, real close, with one of those eyes.
Mm-hmm. I just give her a little nod.
How about you keep that to yourself there, son?
Yeah, tell the person whose boat we're going to ride on that you used to steal boats, please.
I don't give a fuck.
I do!
Moral of this story.
He kind of looks. She looks at you and doesn't stop. Doesn't not keep the coin, and definitely goes.
I don't take good people's boats. Let's put it like that. I think maybe I'll be in the market for a ship once we hit Ocean Shade.
Well, excellent. I'm the best person you've seen on these docks, so hopefully you won't take mine. But you can always take it to travel.
Are you a pirate? Then your boat is safe.
Wow, I'm very confused now. I will see you all in 2 days, I guess.
Yes, maybe. We will be exploring other options, mayhaps, or discussing them at the very least.
Well, on the other hand, I happily accept the donation and promise to use it to good use if you do not acquire or need of my services.
Thank you. Good day.
Good day to you, too.
Good day.
G'day.
Wait. Your name?
My name?
Your name?
Gerald.
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 Roll a deception check.
Deception.
Obviously your forte.
16.
Okay, Gerald. I'll see you in 2 days.
That's it. Turn around and leave.
Okay. You guys turn around off the docks. She goes back to yelling at the guys up on the riggings as they kind of bring down more and more of these large, decently sized crates. One or two of them seems to kind of like shake. And you hear like a gruff grunt. Something more of the animalistic side.
There we go. I don't think we have enough money to really pay for a ship that's going to be worth shit when they have giant dragon turtles in the water. So safety in numbers. Booked us passage with these people.
Yeah, let's see.
Anything with any kind of structural stability or ability to keep us alive is going to be way outside of the money we have. And this place has fire giants, so it's going to be really hard to steal a ship.
I don't want to attract any more undue attention than we have to.
No, but that pirate city sounds like my kind of people. We'll get a ship there for sure. No more of this paying for passage bullshit.
Going to Pirate Town!
Choo-choo! I'm getting us a fucking ship.
Alright.
Okay. So you all stand on the docks as you
Should we
finish your
head back to the
transaction?
Iron Shield and
Yeah.
see what make merry? Have dinner and drink with Marabi?
I have a bit of studies that I would like to proceed with.
Excellent, let's do that.
Okay. So you all make your way back. You do know the basic direction. You pass by, you notice that by this point, as the sun begins to set behind your heads, effectively.
Yep.
Hey, I got the direction right. As it begins to set behind you, you notice a lot of the marketplace closed up. No longer are the large kind of weapons shelves and that kind of things out. No longer are the tables laid out in front of Marabi's cart. Marabi's cart's even closed by this point.
I stopped by and pick up my armor.
Oh, as you kind of knock on the door, it's now closed. Otto comes over and just opens the door. Sorry, I thought I was gonna miss you. I was gonna hold it for you till tomorrow, but I got it done.
Excellent.
Again, this isn't gonna last. Any damage to, or at least anything aggressive towards the actual armor itself will probably chip this, but it'll hold the look for now. Find someone who can enchant it, though. It definitely will set longer.
That's fine by me.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
Of course. Anytime. Obviously. And he closes and you hear a click as the door locks behind you, and you see him just like walk off to the back of the store.
Alright, back to the pub.
you put on your...
Not in the middle of the street, no. I just take it back to the pub with me.
Okay. As you all make it back, you pass by the clock tower. A loud ring echoes as it rings out 6 o'clock. And then you see a bunch of people milling about, and you see kind of the road still quite busy for what it is. And you take your hard right towards the Iron Shield as you're going towards the entrance that you first entered in. And as you take your hard right, you see the pub quite busy. You see people sitting outside having a few drinks. You hear the ruckus come from inside, now much more kind of loud and boisterous as before. There seems to be maybe a few bards or somewhat of a accompaniment playing inside, and you just hear kind of joyous laughter.
No, like soldiers or anything.
You can roll a perception check. What's that?
23.
You've passed by soldiers. A lot of them seem to be running more on the northeastern side, like going towards that area.
Okay.
Just milling about and seemingly kind of maybe changing of the guard or something like that. But they definitely seem to be moving that direction. And none of the soldiers sit in this pub.
Okay, good. Figure hobgoblins and shit would stand out.
Like a sore thumb.
Right.
As you find yourself in front of the pub, you enter, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you enter the room, once again, the noise is almost abrasive at first, but it's very nice to see that, a well-to-do, kind of like more traditional style pub than you've gotten the experience of. Because, again, the one that was in Greyhurst was nice, but it was small. This one is much more the style you're all used to, ones, especially from the sword games. As you see Elnir behind the bar. He's throwing out drinks. You see even a few tavern people with trays, bringing drinks to tables, bringing haunches of meat, all that kind of stuff. And then you see Marabi and Malak off in the back corner. Seemingly Marabi taking a nice drink out of something smaller than your basic, tankard of ale, but Malak just giant tankard, frothing over, has 2 others empty in front of him, and he's just nicely pounding it.
And what is Moloch again? Like, race-wise?
He is a Goliath.
Thought so.
Do they have a table with extra chairs and stuff, like seemingly like
they seem to be
expecting
sitting
us?
on one side,
Got it.
allowing you space on the other.
I think I'll take my newly purchased heavy wares upstairs.
Okay.
And
You see the 2 talking. They don't even really notice you guys at first. No one really in the bar notices anyone walking in unless they're looking. Even Marabi and Malak seem to be off in their own little
conversation.
Seem to be
I point to them, to everyone else. I point them out to everyone else.
I sort of nod, but then I'm just going to stroll up to the bar and say, barkeep, do you have any? What are your local specialties?
Well, let's see. I would say we have an Old Keep ale with a hint of a little bit of elderberry on it. And then we have he kind of rolls his eyes, and Arthur's Brew. It's more of a kind of a wine mix.
A wine mix? Mixed with what?
Fruit juices, things like that. It's the most lavish and easily accessible alcohol in the area.
Interesting. Lavish and easily accessible. I'll take a glass of that. Is it okay if I have a room upstairs. Is it okay if I drink this there?
As long as you bring me back the glass, I don't care where you drink it.
Sure, not a problem.
He just looks at you and just 2 silver, please.
Done. And then I will take it and go upstairs.
I will tell everyone I'm going to take equipment upstairs, and I'll be right back.
Amelia would like to beeline it for the closest seat to that door that she saw him take the seat back.
Which is seat at the bar.
She takes that seat at the bar.
Okay.
Grimtuck, I guess we'll just go sit next to Amelia.
Okay.
Hey, you checking out that room?
Keep quiet.
Be chill, man. Be cool. Be cool.
I'm cool.
You're so not cool.
I wait for the bartender.
You spice?
As you 2 are sitting down, Rain, what do you do?
I'd probably go to the bar and get a drink.
Okay. So with these 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
I'm not nearly as concerned about this door as they are.
Okay. So the three of you sit down relatively close. Amelia closest to the door. Grimtuck next, followed by Rain. Seems to be a few seats open. And yeah, Elnir comes over. I remember you. What can I get you?
Ale.
Got it.
Dwarven.
I can do that. I can do that.
Also, a bottle of something harder. For me and my companions.
I mean, I wouldn't have judged it was for you. That's not my business. Follow something harder and yourself, horny.
I will also take an ale, thank you.
That's. Did you wanted a dwarven? So that's, let's say, 4 silver, and then so 8 silver for the ales around, and then a gold. He goes 4 silver all around, and then a gold for the bottle of something harder.
I'll get it all. Thank you.
Not a problem. And you do, and he kind of brings you over.
So as he turns to fill this order,
Yeah.
Amelia would like to use her ghostly gaze to peer through the walls and see what's behind that door.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even.
What's that?
Up to 30 feet.
30 feet? Okay.
So tell, what do your eyes do when that happens?
Yeah, describe.
I feel like they probably have like this light, like kind of sheen that comes across them for a second while it like takes over, and then it probably go away.
Okay.
Okay.
For 30 feet. Oh, wow, that's a good portion in. Yeah, I would say so. For 30 feet, behind the door is a corridor, probably about like maybe 10, 15 feet down, opening up to a wider room that seems to be a mixture of a storeroom, like large casks back there, other like accoutrement, and then on offshoot to the left seems to be the kitchen. But it also seems that there's another entrance to the kitchen on this side of the bar too. But then there is what looks like a cellar door. It doesn't seem to be locked, doesn't seem to be covered by anything, but it does seem to be a nice square. On the other hand, off in the corner, next to a bunch of these casks, there seems to be what looks like a rug that's like crumpled up and like shoved off, as though maybe that may have been on top of the door.
And do I see any movement or anything back there?
No movement on this level that you're looking at.
Okay. After how much did you say the drinks were? It was gold for the bottle and then 8 silver for everything else?
Yep.
When he brings everything back, I'm going to put 3 gold on the bar. And
Keep them coming.
yes, I feel like we'll probably need some more. Here, and I pass the bottle to Rain. I say, why don't you guys go join Robbie? I'm going to enjoy this and just kind of think for a second.
Fair.
You got it.
Get up and
You see his eyes kind of... I would say actually roll a perception check for me.
It's 13.
You see his eyes go a little wider when you say Marabi out loud. But he doesn't effectively do anything about it. But he does seemingly like... Okay. Don't worry, I'll keep you guys abreast of any bottles you need coming up. Or those ales.
Can I try and roll an insight
Sure.
into what that might have
Absolutely
been?
can roll an insight.
That's... I don't know what to do about that.
What is it?
it made it to the
Round-
top shelf, the
yeah.
back shelf of the dice.
Was it
roll
fun?
it to?
Oh yeah, that's fine. It's not in the thing. Roll it again.
Another 13.
Okay. It piqued his interest.
Just the fact that I said Marabi.
It's the fact that you know who Marabi is, with a much more kind of intent, other than someone being like, "Oh, I bought something from him in the thing." It seemed like you knew who you were talking about. A familiarity that kind of piqued his interest.
Okay, and I guess I just kind of like sit at the bar. I pull out my book that's on my hip and just kind of like seem to flip through it. And I'm going to hang out for the next minute and see if I know anything else happened back there.
Okay. So, let me lay this down just to make sure. These two boys are upstairs. Metolius is up in his room putting down his armor. Putting on his armor?
No, putting it down. I'm just dropping stuff off and I'm leaving.
Sure. But this is in the process of this all happening. You walked upstairs, put down your armor. Ellen, you went upstairs with a drink.
I'm sipping on my drink while I cast the Find Familiar ritual.
Okay. It is exceptionally tasty.
Good.
The ritual.
Delicious
rituals.
And then you two are going over
just
with a
like to
bottle,
chew on the
2 ales.
charcoal.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's switch over really quick to that, and then we'll move back to Amelia, and then we'll have you walk downstairs.
Okay.
Cool. So you walk over, and as you're walking through the crowds, you see Marabi finish his statement and looks over and says, "Hey, there you are! I've had a good few already. You should have been here sooner, so I can. Well, I mean, don't worry, I have it in me. Whew. Welcome,
Don't worry.
please sit down.
Yeah. We'll catch up quick.
Welcome, please sit down.
Just come up and pull up a seat next to
And
him.
you see Malak just go, please, Robbie, not again.
We bring hard booze. Let's really drink, Robbie.
He goes, I'm not the... Malak's like, tries, no, I'm not going to stop you. Here. And he kind of puts down a glass for himself. Please, I kind of need this.
Yeah. Pour it. Just pour around for everybody.
Awesome. And you guys do that. As you go, a few rounds, a few shots are poured, a few are thrown back, and we peel back to, as you're sitting there, feigning reading, effectively? Or actually reading?
Kind of like making sure it looks like I'm reading, but I'm also keeping an eye on what's going on back behind that door. And also, if I don't notice anything really going on beyond the door, I'm also going to look down and see if I can see anything through the floor.
And also, are you still a redhead?
I am.
Okay, cool. So let's go to you looking down. So there's no movement at the moment, but you take the... You have to cast it again?
No, it lasts for a minute.
Oh, there you go. So you take that moment and look down. You notice that you're looking through a lot of... Does it have any hindrance on looking through stone? Or solid earth?
Nope, I can see through solid objects to a range of 30 feet.
Jesus! Okay, you notice that you're looking through a lot of solid... Well, not even foundation, just like raw earth and stone. But as you kind of tilt your vision down below, what you effectively saw was the hatch. You see this room open up. And it doesn't look like what you would expect. It doesn't look like your stereotypical just storage unit, especially one like a cold room that you'd expect in some businesses like this. There are chairs, there are tables, there is a map on the wall of what looks to be at least Dakatur, like the main island. And there seems to be, again, remnants of like bottles and things like that. There even seems to be a few weapons laid haphazardly to the side. No movement, no persons in there yet at the moment. But there's also a door at the very far end. Weirdly, at this low point, there seems to be a door in the wall. But that ends just about at your limit of 30 feet.
Alright, yeah, if I don't see any movement or anything like that and it comes to an end, then I'm gonna...
Roll a perception check for me.
10.
In the process of looking through and looking down, you're kind of paying a lot of attention to that. And then you hear something off in the, like, next to you, and it doesn't click at first. And then you hear this very confident, very, like, straightforward voice go, "Hey, Red, what are you looking at there? That book looks very, very odd. Like, it looks blank." And you kind of come back to it as you do, and you turn to see this very fine-featured half-elf, beautiful face, long bit of curls to the hair, goes about shoulder length. The long coat, like well worn, but like fits like the body perfectly, and she has this nice, what looks to be a cutlass on her side, tall boots, finery all over, a bit of rings. Very obviously one of the sea. She kind of looks at you and smiles and goes, "How can you read anything like that if there's nothing on the page?"
It's not for reading. This is a journal. I was just trying to figure out what I was going to be put in it after such an exciting day in a new town.
She puts out a hand, goes, "Amelia. Amelia Raymond.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Emily.
Call me Silence."
Silence?
Something like that.
It is lovely to meet you. Can I buy you a drink?
She laughs. and kind of beat me to the punch there, Red. Sure, you can buy me a drink.
Please sit.
She does. She kind of snaps her fingers as Belnir saunters over and goes, "Silence. Already?" She goes, "I appreciate you not stepping on my toes there, Belnir. The lady here wants to buy me a drink. I'd say, something strong, something tasty. Your choice." And he
Make that 2 as I finish my drink. And if it's not that gone, I just pound it.
Cool. As you
And
finish,
I close my book and put it in my holster.
as you finish your drink and he passes over, he brings over 2 pretty decently sized goblets, not tankards, but goblets of a nice like crimson liquid with a bit of froth on the top. He looks at you and goes, "To us,
To us.
new friends." And takes a soft sip. At this point, Metolius walks down and sees your companion and this pretty beautiful looking half elf sitting there taking a drink with her. One you didn't see before was in the store. And then you see Grimtuck and Rain over talking to Marabi, who they all seem to as you hit like the ground floor, you see another shot all past their lips.
Whew.
Decisions.
I'm going to walk to the bar.
Nice. Awkward player NPC threesome. Round 2.
Maybe. I just stroll up to the bar.
You gotta try. Put it out there.
I just I like approach the bar behind where the newcomer is. So like if Amelia is in one seat and then this newcomer and then I'll be on
Amelia. Well, no, there's Amelia and Emmy.
Yeah. Amelia, and then me. But I don't know. I don't know that yet.
No, you
So I walk to the bar and I just like slide up behind her. And
Like a guy on the dance floor, where you just put it just right up against your butt.
No, not like that. No.
Gross.
No.
I know.
I just approach the bar.
You're not Grimtuck, so like.
Yeah.
Hey, Grimtuck is respectful to ladies.
I just sort of like just walk up and order an ale. Belnir, have a beer, please. I'll have a beer, please.
He goes, "Not a problem," and just brings you a beer, puts it on the 1 silver.
Oh, put it on my tab. Our tab, if there is one.
I'll make you a tab.
I assume there is one.
I mean, not yet, but I can.
I point to the group of like Marabi and Grimtuck and.
For now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's put down a gold.
Works for me. Ale's all around. Ale's for you for the rest of the night.
And then after I take my tankard and I just turn to look at Amelia over Amelia's shoulder.
So are you sitting on
I'm not going to
on the
see.
right
I'm not
side?
sitting. I'm not sitting. I'm just ordering a beer.
Are you standing on the right side of Amelia or the
We're
left
flanking
side?
her.
Are
You
you
wanna be-
flanking the new person?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Not like in a menacing way. I'm actually sort of turning my body away from like
Okay.
I'm not trying to interrupt what's going on here basically.
Got it.
But I am kind of like using my peripherals to scope the situation just in case it's like a honeypot situation. But then I will just shoot Amelia a look and walk over to the table with Marabi and
Okay. I would try to
gang.
make as little eye contact as possible.
Shocking. I'm shocked.
I don't know these people.
After
Not
the,
like that.
after the look, and then you trying to pay no mind to it.
I more try to pay more attention to the person sitting next to me that I'm striking up conversation with.
And then in that turn, about a few moments later, you hear, Matolius! Welcome! Come on, sit down! Across the bar. But as you do, you see Silence kind of look over at you and go, so. And you see her green eyes kind of flash at you. Not magically speaking, just like, So what brings a cute thing like you into a dive like this? You hear Belnir go, I heard that! And she goes, I know.
Well, myself and my companions are looking to board passage on a ship.
A ship? Oh, where would you and your companions be wanting to go?
We are headed for Falconport.
Interesting. Any reason? Business, travel, vacation?
More traveling, vacation.
Your Falconport's very nice.
I wouldn't know. I am new into this entire area.
Anytime I've seen it, it's been pretty nice. Better than, I'd say, it's definitely better than Ocean Shade, but Ocean Shade is a lively bunch.
Yes, I have heard that there are a few problems in Ocean Shade, at least from the few that I have spoken with.
Only problems if you let them be problems.
I can understand that.
Yeah, anytime I've traveled there on my ship, granted, I find that, no problems with me, but I don't take any guff from those kind of type.
I see. Lots of ruffians?
Just the standard fare. Nothing too crazy. Just, a pirate here, a pirate there.
I see.
Throw them over the side, they'll all sink with enough rocks.
As anybody would. Well, what about you? What do you do here?
Well, I'm just in port for a little bit right now. Dropping off some stuff and gathering a few other supplies and heading back out into the open ocean. I find myself to be a person with no true home. I like to... The seas are where I call home.
So you're headed nowhere in particular?
Headed where I need to be. Right now I'm headed, probably to one of the other islands this upcoming... it depends on what jobs come up. Falconport maybe, it's a little boring for my taste. I like a little bit of adventure.
What kind? Where would you say one should go to seek out an exciting time as such?
As you say that, she kind of looks and you see that same sparkle in her eyes, and it's like, you guys come join me and see.
And I guess that depends on what you have in store.
Can we go to the table here?
I'd say after that bit of flirting, let's switch over to the table.
Oh, is that what we're calling that? Right? Awkward.
It's kind of one-sided.
Oh no, I can tell. I'm just giving shit.
So we switch back over to the table, and Robbie has had a good few drinks, and you've just joined them as they all pour you a decently strong-smelling beverage.
I slam it in the fashion that everyone else is.
Yeah.
And I say, so Marabi, earlier today you were speaking about this imposing army upon the city.
And also that place in the back here.
Yes, and also the place in the back.
And you see his kind of face.
But I do keep it kind of low.
Oh yeah, the place in the back. I'm the army.
Damn it, you've got him all drunk. He's useless now.
I never said that was useless, just,
No, the gnome still got some fight in him.
I definitely have some fight in it. That's why I have this man right here, and he kind of slaps him a lock. Well, I mean, the army is imposing themselves upon us. That's the problem. We'd never asked for any of the Hecathondries to join our soiree in this wonderful town. It becomes much less of a free port when you have the army breathing down your neck.
Aye.
Yeah, I mean, that's all unfortunate, but anyways, what's going on with that room? I
would say, Grimlock, that if If we would like to continue talking about this, we should go up. You said you had the rooms upstairs, correct?
Oh, is that cool? Yeah, we have a room.
Cool, yes, but something I don't really wish to discuss out in public.
No, I'm all about it. Let's go. Let's go check it out.
Good Tuck's gonna buy weed from an undercover cop.
You gotta tell me or else it's entrapment.
Not in D&D.
Dude, if Robbie turns out to be a narc, I'm gonna be super pissed. He sold me boner pills in potion form. That can't be on the
Sounds
other.
like a narc to
Boner
me.
pots. So, do you all then travel up to one of your rooms? He goes, I mean, I'll happily talk to you about it. I'm not down here. If not, I will also happily take in these libations and enjoy myself until we decide to go upstairs.
No. Let's go upstairs. While you're still standing.
I am sitting right now.
I mean, you know what I mean. Not asleep on the table.
I probably will once again defer to Malak if I have to sleep, but here, bring me upstairs. It's like, oh, God. Fine. And as he does, he
Carry
kind
him
of...
like a baby.
No, he kind of more carries him like a... He just kind of like hefts him up almost like he's seated. Just brings him. You see Marabi kind of curl in, but Malak like really distinctly turns him every time he tries. Like, no, this is... Next one's gonna be just under the arm. Don't do it.
Do we really want to go upstairs right now?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I want to find out about this shit.
Bye, Amelia.
I was just gonna ask, do I see them getting up to leave?
I believe if you all decide to go, I would say roll a perception check.
I'd probably stay down here.
I can't decide.
Like, I want to know,
That's
but
a
like, I
non-natural
also
20.
know that Grim
You absolutely would see if they do leave.
Yeah,
But they haven't decided to
I
yet.
think
So you
Metolius
see-
would say too.
I say you see
Oh.
Marabi and Malak stand as they go like, are we going upstairs? Come on. Like, what are we doing?
I'd hang out downstairs.
Yeah, I'm going. I didn't give a shit until they didn't let you in. Now I'm super.
I know,
I mean,
FOMO. It's real.
I also think my other like thought process is I don't want to make any more of a scene. Like I think all of us.
That's
ending
true.
up going upstairs
Yeah,
at the same
Grimtuck
time.
just, find out the scoop.
I'm on it.
Plus, if he gets busted, then it's just him. And
Yeah,
we
it's just
can-
me.
We are like deniability. We have alibis.
So, there's a couple people that aren't getting up.
Yes.
yes.
Basically, it sounds
Just
like
Grimtuck gets up.
just Grimtuck and
Malak and Marabi.
yeah,
Okay.
and we're all going upstairs.
Those three, you see it happen, but you notice that Metolius and Rain stand.
On the way up, he'll give you just the not at all smooth thumbs up, like yeah.
Wait,
We don't even know if Amelia swings this way.
doesn't even see it.
I don't.
No,
Oh,
silence.
silence. Good. Okay.
Does not. She rolled a nat one, not
Oh,
paying
nice.
attention. More staring a little bit harder on you.
Fair enough.
Hey. So, I guess let's go upstairs. Let's do that. Did you, Rain and Metolius, want to have any conversation at the table?
How close are we to the
We
bar?
all have our own rooms, by the way.
I would say you could. I would think mostly probably maybe three, like Grimtuck, Metolius, and Elduin in one, and Amelia and Rain in the other, or it doesn't really matter. Like, how do you want to set it up? How do you guys want to do it? Because you guys paid for it.
What? How much did we pay for it? How many rooms did we pay for it?
I believe you paid for 3 originally, so you could have easily separated each other in any which way you wanted.
I don't think we thought about it.
I don't think you did either. I think you put money on the counter and was like, "Here, we'd like to buy a room."
Yep.
So let's say you paid
So
for
we-
3.
Yep.
Okay.
You have 3 options, whichever one you choose.
Cool.
Elduin's in one, meditating, working on his familiar. Are you bringing your familiar back in any way other than an owl?
I was thinking about it, but I think I will stick with
Got
Owl.
it? Owl. And how long does that take?
It's a ritual spell, so 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
But then I started to learn. I'm copying a spell from a scroll book. From a scroll into my book.
Got it.
He's going to be busy for a while.
He is.
I'm gonna use all night except for my 4 hours of trance.
Got it.
Got it.
So then, Grimtuck, you go upstairs.
Okay.
And as you leave, I'd say let's quickly hit back to Amelia and Silence. And then we'll go back up to there. So, Silence kind of looks over at you, Amelia. And just goes, did you say you already had travel? Already had a boat to go on?
We did actually just secure boarding on a ship not that long ago.
And you said you were going to Falconport? That's where you wanted to go? Well, in case that ride falls through, here for at least a day or two, I'd say. And there's always room on my boat. Maybe a good bit of adventure might put you to work. She takes a moment, lets that sit, and then... But how many are you? If you...
There is 5 of us.
All of them willing to put in some effort? Yeah.
I do believe that we are more than fine with earning our keep.
I'll hold you to that. But yes, if you need it, we should talk. Otherwise, how about I buy the next round and we continue this evening right here.
That is good to know. That sounds fine with me. Yes, I will take enough.
She calls over, grabs the drink, and Velnir brings it over as we transfer up to Marabi and Grimtuck. As you kind of like open the door for Marabi, he like jumps down off of Malak and goes, okay. And he kind of sits down and he goes, so, what do you want to know?
I mean, what's the deal? So it's all the cloak and dagger stuff about.
The second the door closes, you notice Marabi's demeanor completely changes.
Mm-hmm.
The drunkenness is gone.
Of course.
Completely sober in that. And he goes, Grimtuck, I could tell you, but understand that knowing this changes just about everything as your involvement in, or at least this knowledge is something that could get you involved in something much deeper than just what is it you all were doing? What, running away?
Oh, no, not necessarily running away. I believe we are at this point. Well, how about you go first?
What a transition. You go first.
Because ours is a little bit different. Let's just say since we've seen you last, our situation has changed drastically.
I'm trying to think.
We saw him before he went into the crypt
He
and
did.
not
I'm trying to think
after.
yeah, that's true.
So
anything.
pre-unicorn.
Basically anything.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that behind that door lies another door that leads down to a room that is utilized as a hub for someone who is not so keen upon the current residing monarchy.
Yeah, those guys suck.
I hear. One who kind of lends itself to the messengers that allow for words to pass by of a more secretive nature. Ones that we do not want the Hecatantries to know, or any of the army to know.
That sounds about right. So, yeah, we are...
He kind of stops himself for a second. It is a heavy thing that I am laying upon you if I tell you this. What are you guys planning on? What are you all planning on doing?
Well,
what is your goal in this town?
I mean, we need to get off of the main island. We are, I guess for lack of a better term, fugitives from the royal family.
Weren't you working for them last time I saw you?
Yeah, but it turns out they're shitheels, and they're really just not up to anything good. We were able to acquire some very powerful items that they apparently want, and we were told by a messenger from a god that we shouldn't give it to them, and then we've just kind of improvising from there, but we're doing really well. I think we killed one of her, the Lady Cassandra's, effectively right-hand man. Put him in the ground. He gave me this nice ring. Well, his corpse did. And, yeah. So I think we're pretty much in the same boat. You can pretty much rest assured your secret is safe with us.
God damn it, I love you. I love playing D&D with you. I miss Milford Boggin.
He kind of like looks at you.
Best bard of all time.
Looks you up and down and goes, "You have seen the kenku, correct? The messenger birds."
I mean, I've seen Kenku around, yeah.
Moving very fast, almost in the direct path.
Yeah. Bird people. Little
Yes.
bird people.
Let us say that this land utilizes them as very honest and true messengers. It is not only their curse, but is a very useful trait. One to mimic and repeat exactly a message. And with the consciousness and sentience of a humanoid as they have, they are able to hold their secrets until the person is needed or the person is met. So they are the veritable messaging service of this land.
So you're saying there's a bunch of Kenku downstairs?
No, I am saying that the people who are not for the current monarchy utilize these same routes, but a little bit more on the underside of the city instead of ones that run up top.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking...
He kind of
getting a lot.
stands up from his seated position now in front of the bed and walks over to you. He kind of looks you dead in the eyes and goes, "I myself am a member of the Truth on the Wind, and we hail from a far port, and none of us like what the Etherwines are doing." That's where I'm going to end it.
Oh, shit. There we go. Have more Marabi conversation, because secret societies are my shit. I knew it was cool.
I knew whatever was going on in that room was cool.
Yeah, that's all I wanted out of the whole session.
Let me into your pillow fort.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Elijah, aka Grimtuck, and I want to say thanks very much for tuning into this episode. If you haven't already, check us out on our socials. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, /The Swordcast. We post updates about the podcast, as well as supplemental maps and visual references for our episodes. I actually just recently finished the artwork for our new cleric, Amelia Whiteheart, played by Justin. Pretty excited for the rest of the world to get to see it, because it's easily the best character art piece I've done to date. We also have a Twitch channel on twitch.tv /The Swordcast. Again, more art stuff, because that's my ballyhoo, but I plan to get back on a regular art streaming schedule soon. But in the meanwhile, Cass is running a regular stream of Dragon Heist, 7 p.m. Wednesdays, DM'd also by Justin, aka Amelia. I watch it, and it makes me want to be a regular player on it so bad. They're killing it. Thanks to our newest Patreon subscriber, Jacob Wolf. Much love, and thanks so much for the support. If you haven't already and you're interested, patreon.com /The Swordcast. We have a lot of really awesome gifts and rewards on our Patreon, including some recordings from some really fun home games. I say plural because one only makes it a few episodes before, well, you'll have to check it out. But also, if Patreon's not your jam, Ko-fi.com /The Swordcast as well. Any type of donations are pretty much what keep our humble yet amazing production going week out. So thank you guys very much again, and thank you for tuning in. We love you very much, and we'll see you next time.